all of this was granted. 2012, everything was granted, and the work could have started because from January 2012, the PNP in office. And they sat on the money. They sat on the money, never lift a straw for either the road project. When Andrew came in 2016, look over the books now, all of this money was about to become due. So he had to rush and start all the project at once. And then the PNP now was up in arm. Why am I to do it one time? But they knew because it was not the first. The PNP borrow money, squander it, find a way to fuel it in them pocket, and Jamaica not get none for it. After 2007, it was discovered that Jamaica they owe the Iraqi government $5 billion. That money was borrowed to build a water treatment plant in Jamaica. Now, think with me. Where in Jamaica do we have a water treatment plant? But that money came and the loan was almost repaid and we have nothing to show for it. Yes, $5 billion to the Iraqi government to build a water treatment plant. Money come, money missing, no water treatment plant. So these are the things why the PNP, why yesterday, they don't want to have any discussion about development. When they want to talk about integrity commission, board money, all of them foolishness, we don't talk about them. We are talking about developing Jamaica. The first water treatment plant in Jamaica history is being constructed right now in St. Catherine. The first water treatment plant that we will have, that will add, I think it's 15 million gallons of water a day, is in St. Catherine. And that is being constructed by the Jamaica Labour Party. That is development for you. And we are doing that while not increasing the tax burden on the Jamaican people. We are undertaking that while not increasing the tax burden on the Jamaican. Stigoville said, so is the one down at Chilani. The Chilani multipurpose stadium was constructed themselves for the 2007 World Cup. But on a site visit before the stadium was constructed, the International Cricket Council, the ICC, told them that no official match will be held here. No, them never forced. The ICC told them no cup match will be held down at that stadium before it was construction. So they knew it was a waste of money before them do it. But again, the PNP now do not want to benefit them. They already promised them friendly contract. And them know what them get, them already signed off, and then for them cut was already transferred in their account. So them had to go through with it. The PNP has a practice of wasting Jamaican money. When Omar Davis step up on the platform and tell the people and say, as the finance minister, I know. Yes, I know that we could not afford but it was an election year, so we have to spend the $10 billion. It was an election year, so we had to spend the $10 billion. A responsible government is a government like this one, that even though we're in an election year, we still presented a balanced budget to the people of Jamaica. Even though we are in an election and there is room for you to spend over, we still maintain our fiscal discipline because that is what benefits Jamaican people in the long run. And the track to reduce our national debt, while we were there, while the Prime Minister was using up his political capital and said, listen, my people of Jamaica, we have to get rid of the debt because of that stagnant our development. Mark Golding said, what? Stop paying down no debt. Give the people and the money, make them feel good. That was Mark Golding's suggestion. Stop paying down the debt. Give the people them 40 billion, make them feel good. Now, Jamaica is operating in such a space that even Mark Golding is expanding his business. Yes. In the economy where Mark Golding say mash up, he is expanding his business. So all I know for full comrade can go and follow him and find no one footstep. I hear something yesterday where me not sure is me hear right. Me hear Orin Cole say him used to preach. Me don't know if me alone did hear it. Anybody else hear what he said? I think he did a Voice of the Nation yesterday. Them know that, you know, Delvin. Did anybody else yesterday hear Orin Cole saying he used to preach? Me that wonder if me I hear things, you know, but me sure me hear him say that yesterday, saying he used to preach. Mr. Cole, one of the liest man with a phone, say him used to preach. Me sorry for any church him used to write in. Then the people there are one direction them head for. Yes, the very same Cole Petal. I think he was on Voice of the Nation yesterday. And he revealed that he was a preacher. And he tells him, boy, that is why in the heights of all these things, wickedness can't done. Wickedness can't done. If Cole was a preacher to write it, boy, let me tell you. If Cole was a preacher, politics has put me and say it, man. If Cole was a preacher, Papa Jesus, boy. Boy, I mean, no, I must be one of them church was set up for collect offering alone. One of them Jimmy Swaggart kind of church. I must one of them Jimmy Swaggart kind of church. Well, about that him did I preach. Right? But which singer? Sorry, I'm taking him out of the blacklist now. No, I'm never taking him out yet. Him get barred for the rest of the chat. You know, I don't want to see him for the rest of it. No, she can me wonder the same thing, you know. But me sure that me hear the man say he was a preacher. That me sure that me hear him say. Right? So, my people, all of who guarantee if you go cast on a vote for the Jamaica Labour Party, rest assured that you are supporting a government that is working for the people of Jamaica. And there is nothing the PMP hate more than hearing say something going to benefit the people of Jamaica. We want to check now go in and feed them account first. Nothing they hate more than that. So from now on, any discussion I'm having with any comrade must center around the Morant-based center we are going to open next week. The one we're going for in a Cayman as Bournebrook in a set in a that, the Montego Bay Ring Road, the $40 billion Spark project, the 2,000 car for the police, the 7 boat for the Coast Guard. Any of those things, those are the things we discuss from now on. The 1.5%, sorry, the 1.5% reduction in general consumption tax. the 9 consecutive budget of no new taxes, the Cornwall regional reopening. Yeah, man, those are the discussions we have going forward. We now are no labor right must in a no idle discussion with no comrade. Yes, the 7% reduction, the 50%, I don't know. But the 55% reduction in general consumption tax on your light bill. No, the light bill and the GCT and your light bill has been cut by 50%. 55% to be exact. The 55% reduction. Yes, we have to discuss the new CT machine them. We are gonna discuss the Spanish Town Hospital. We have to discuss the Kingston Public Hospital, which we are now seeking land to rebuild. These are the discussions we have going forward. We're going to start discuss foolishness. 100 politics and sport. There's 270 new bus added already, plus 100 to come this June. We're going to discuss the fact that the JUTC is now serving 6 parishes. That is what we need to discuss. That service is going to people. We're going to discuss that the government is now implementing a rural school bus. A rural school bus program. And comrades and them now put them picnic on it. Well, make a picnic on your yard. Those are the discussions we have going forward. No longer, we no business, make the IC do them work. Anything them want to make, them do it. Yes. Few discussion now stands around what do we do? What next? What is the next project where the Prime Minister go like? How much hope house am I going to give it? How much indigent house am I going to give it? How much job was created since we take office? Those are the discussions we have to have. And we can tell anybody that this government has created well over 200,000 jobs since taking office. Ask the PMP, what was your mass employment project during your time? You had none. Of course, Nivy. What employment did you have? You had a program to reduce employment because you locked down the free zone. You locked down all of the banana estate and you locked down every goddamn thing. Where you don't lock down your cell. You lock down half of it, not far, you lock down 90% of the financial institution. You lock down almost, not almost. You lock down all of the insurance company them. We don't have an insurance company owned by Jamaica again. That's our no legacy. All discussion going forward must be based on the development that is taking place in Jamaica. If them have other ideas, yes, but they come. But we not discuss no more frivolous thing. Man, I can't talk about Andrew breaking promise because Andrew say he can sleep with the door and window open. I sleep with my windows and door open every night. Somebody tell the time I have to open the window. That's a full discussion. We have discussed bread and butter issue. What the government do since taking office. Layoff was the order of the day in discipline on the road. Rise to unprecedented level, unchecked by the PMP. These are the things that we discuss. We don't have nothing to do with the Integrity Commission. That's a hidden business. The courts of Jamaica is there. If you feel that you have been wrong as a citizen, you can go to the court. It is within your rights. But speaking of the courts, I see where Nivi, I see where the PMP, and listen me carefully now, people, is seeking a judicial review. The PMP, you know, is seeking a judicial review. All right, there you go, master. The PMP is seeking a judicial review. So, about some electoral law. So, I guess we can now say the PMP is trying to have the electoral law struck down. And that them are trying to in a mobile get the electoral law struck down. Because them not say that judicial review, those struck down laws. Yes. So they are now seeking judicial. I thought judicial review was a bad thing. Yes, for some posts where they want to put up and up here. Any city, thanks to Desmond Mackenzie, people now know say any sign they put up, you have to pay the city. People never knew that when they had Mayor Mary Atkins to sit down. No, if you put up sign around the city, you have to pay. Unless the election is called, then you can advertise. That is the rule. That is the law under which we operate. I know we make it. We come see it. But I am happy to see that they are using the judicial review process. As a citizen of this country, if you feel that you have been wrong, that's what you do. You go to the court. But at the PMP, they always tell me say going to the court is wrong. So I don't know what them run going to the court now. Or they believe that the court is just for them alone. And not for the development in chief. No, sir. Comrades are a different breed. I mean, and them alone and figure court, man. That's why them put all of them judge in there to give them everything what they want. Right? But again, my Prime Minister, my PM, my General, I can be proud. I look up and I'm proud of my PM because of what he has done. No time in this country history has we ever gone to 7-8 consecutive budgets of no new taxes. Upon last count, Dr. Christopher Tufton has refurbished over 250 health centers. There are more MRI machines in Jamaica now more than any other time. More health centers are offering more service than they did at any time in our history. Every single health center now has at least one doctor and staff. Never happened before. Never happened before. These are things that we as Labour can be proud of. Our government did that. Our government did that. Well over 200 new police stations. Let me check. I need to check the number. 220 schools. 220 schools. Who is bisexual? No bisexual. I know if you think. I know if you pay. Somebody put black bisexual. No, let me black him myself. We don't deal with bisexual over here. It's your name bisexual. No. Sorry, bisexual. We don't deal with your kind over here. Go over J. Brian. Go over J. Brian. Over 200 schools has been given new classroom blocks. Over 200 schools has been given new classroom blocks. We are enjoying the lowest unemployment rate in our history. We have seen the largest decline in major crime. The only thing we are struggling are break-ins. People still are breaking up people place. But we soon get to them. So the only thing, and that is still done. I think that is done by 4% or something like that. But that is the only thing. Apart from that, all of our achievement is stuff to be proud of. No. Again, I do not care about the Integrity Commission and them certification. Tell every single member of them to take them certification and shove it up them ass. Me no care. Me government a work. Me prime minister a work. Me did affiliate. Me couldn't be know about a labor right, man. You mad? My mother said, me born with 2 fingers in the air. You know? Yeah, me come out with my 2 fingers up. I saw me here. Me not sure if I true. Yes, man. Tell them to take their certification and shove it somewhere, man. We don't care. Me prime minister work. Me government work. The national security minister work. The health minister work. The education minister work. Of course, me have sense. What you percent? Me have dollars too. No cent alone me have dollars. Not just said me have dollars too. Right? But as I said, my government's achievement in the last 9 years is something I am extremely proud of. And all the effort. Foreign affairs are gone with things, man. A visit from the Secretary of State. And we have gotten assurance that they will go back and they will fix their travel advisory on Jamaica. That is foreign affairs at work for you. And we want to miss out Kamina Johnson Smith for Angela Brownburg for going to represent who? She can't tell me whole proper conversation on TikTok. Much less figure in. That must be mad. To represent who? Angela Brownburg represent who? Damien Crawford did tell us that your influence don't leave St. William's Grand Park. And I meet the Damien tell her that. So your influence. Thank you. Damien did tell us that your influence don't leave St. William's Grand Park and it won't leave there. The Jamaica Labour Party is the party that when it's formed government has always strived to make Jamaica and Jamaicans better. Percival Patterson came out recently and said during his time in government, they did not care shit about macroeconomics. They said they never care, and it shows. The only thing they care about was making sure that DB&G was one of the wealthiest company in Jamaica after only 10 years of operation. Thank you, Willow. That is what they care about. What they care about was moving the national debt from just under 70 billion to just under $1 trillion. What they care about was the largest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich since the abolition of slavery. Who was the poor? The Jamaican people. Who was the rich? Mark Golden and his friend them. Any comrade can tell me a lie, I tell you. Any comrade come and tell me a lie, I tell you. The largest transfer. Jamaican businessmen were made to feel like criminals. All for running a business under PNP government. Yes, David, the top and Harris. All they did was run a business in their country and they were battered and bruised. In the 70s, man, they tell them, say 5 flights a day, leave. And they did. But they came back under Siaga, they reinvested. And they built this country. And the PNP made them pay. The People's National Party made the business, made the middle class. They wiped out the middle class. When Percival stand up at the edge of 2000 and look back at the 90s, he said a brand new class of poor was created in Jamaica. That's because they raped the middle class. How people can run behind a party like that, and they have shown not 1 ounce of remorse. They have not taken any responsibility. They have not learned anything. All right, Willie. We there, man. We there for help anybody with information when they want it, you know. They have not accepted responsibility for the wrongs that they did to the Jamaican people. They know I hear them something, man. That's why I'm telling you, from now on, going forward, I wonder how many see my bridge no more yet. No matter. Going forward, I will have no more discussion about any of the trivial matters that they want to sit and discuss. Tell them to talk amongst themselves. Yes, make them talk amongst themselves. We on this side will discuss what makes Jamaica better, which is the Jamaica Labour Party government. Why you break up, Angel? Okay, I mean, you might not break up with me now. Tell you that. But that's how we're operating going forward. I don't my bridge no more than I reach it.
Chuck.
Yes.
Can you go over, hello everyone, hi, can you go over this morning about integrity? Because I think, I know we're not going over that, but I want you to give a bright understanding of our Prime Minister compared to some other President and Prime Minister, please.
My Prime Minister not compared to nobody. My Prime Minister stands in a class of his own.
Which class is that?
A class.
Wow. How many baby mothers does our Prime Minister have?
One me know about.
Wow. How many times have his
baby mother, one wife and children.
How many times our Prime Minister filed for bankruptcy?
Never.
Really? Is he a 34-time felon?
Never. He's not a convict. And we have people that live in a country that is run by a convict. Is talking about integrity is their voting. No. You live in a country that a man. You live in a country where a man that is a 34-time convicted felon run, but all of a sudden, the Prime Minister shouldn't be questioned. Now we don't take people like that serious.
Exactly. Make it make sense.
Right? We don't take people like that serious. My Prime Minister has put in the work, has invested in this country, has spent the tax dollars the way it ought to be spent. And nothing will change that. Those are facts. The Mantico Bay Ring Road, the Christian Allega Highway 2000. And somebody was asking me what I couldn't remember the name when we were having the conversation about where did the highway end, where PG did build. The highway did support a Bushy Park. A Bushy Park, what the name is, I think all this is the name. In a one bush, Slimmatic. Right? In a one bush it end. And that is where Bruce Golding had to come and continue it from. Right? Jamaica is heading in the right direction. That is undeniable. Our economy is strong. Just on cue.
I think he was waiting for me to come up here. Or Sheikah. Which one he was waiting for?
Well, I said no, old friend.
Good afternoon.
Old friend.
Voice of the PNP. Voice of the PNP.
You can't call me PNP again, man.
Voice of the PNP.
Listen to me, man.
Now,
hold on, Chuck. I want to ask him a question. Hold on.
Good day, Jamaica.
Good afternoon, Voice of PNP. First thing first. Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Listen to me now. Listen to me. Yesterday, after you had a wonderful conversation I think
Yeah,
it was a wonderful conversation you had with the Jamaica Labour Party supporters and members. I was listening afterwards. Me and Sheikha and everyone. I was listening. Why is the PMP? Why they came at you so strong? Why did they? They said you was biased. Then say you're wicked. Them say you're not PMP. I mean, because you were having a conversation with people who believe in something different from what you believe in.
Angel, when we want to ask Vice about today, Vice, when you look at all the projects that are being implemented by this government, I mean, the urban center, the urban center out of St. Thomas will go open next week.
Chuck, I know all the projects.
You know what that is?
Chuck, let me say this to you. Chuck.
Let me hear this.
My most competent and most performing MP is Mike Henry. Not one MP you could put up against Mr. Henry. And I say that without apology. Without apology.
I agree with you, MP. Mike is one of the best.
Okay. My MP.
Mike Henry is the one that started the Jamaica Infrastructure Development Project.
Okay, well I know. Remember I said no. If me get cussed in Mike Henry, if I get cussed because Mike Henry did run a rage against Eddie Sto, say I got member gang of 5, you know.
We no business about that. We not talking about developing Jamaica today.
Okay, so all right. I know all the projects going on in Jamaica. I'm highly informed from credible.
So what do you think of the St. Thomas Urban Center that will be open next week?
I say it again and I will say it again. I am very, very feel it.
Like with the water, but him ask if you want.
Just give him back some money. Just give him back some money. Hold on there and Chuck. Give him back some money and just get rid of it. We can't take no problem there.
No man, you say if you want it or not.
Yeah, man. Don't take no problem from the money right now. Can't be bothered. Just get to that problem. Sure, man.
I saw money from the Labour Party government, you know. Just give some money and get rid of it.
Let me tell you, man. Every day we have that Rust problem. Anyway.
You were discussing the projects.
Yes, I'm highly informed. And as I said, I have no negative implications or negative opinions on development in Jamaica. Right? I have observed Mr. Holness' performance from he started out. And I have never...
And how do you rate his performance in government?
Well, all right, let me tell you, I'm going to score Mr. Holness with respect in terms of performance base. Mr. Holness is a very good performer with the development of Jamaica.
How do you rate it?
On a scale of 1 to 10? All right, on a scale of 1 to 10, I put him at 8.5%, you know.
8.5?
Yeah, man, I not take away man credit, you know.
No, man, that's a big deal. Continue.
I not take away man credit, you know. However, with the developments that is going on in Jamaica, I am very proud of it because I hear of it and I read of it. And even with the consulate between Jamaica, Miami and, what you call it, New York, I'm a member of the consulate, so I'm informed every time the minister come up here, every time they are doing, I am highly informed.
Okay.
I am not saying to anybody, I am in any disapproval of is the man's performance. My problem
let me ask you this now.
Hold on, Chuck. Make him finish. Him say his problem is. Continue. Your problem is?
My problem is, when I watched Mr. Holness walk out and Richard Azan, I was a proud man, you know. I was one of the first men to have a tea party and said, let me tell you this, we're going to have a brand new Jamaica, you know, after the whole Dodo Saga thing and after the whole thing with Bruce Colin. I said, there goes a young man. That's the Jamaica we want. That's the Vision 2030. My office was filled with Vision 2030 stuff. My disappointment now is when I hear the minister said Vision 2030 will not be accomplished. So me take up my phone now and me start call on the ministers, them all who me know and start cussing and say, how is that possible with so much development?
You know why?
Well, I know, we all get to it, you know, because we have a reason. More me a reason, because you know, we always a cuss, and you always out for a heart attack. I don't want that, I will lose the train of thought.
Nice.
Good. When I hear the minister say that, me I said, Jaja, I want to go on here now. Then me say, me just easy back and wait for the parliamentary budget. Same time me jump on the phone and call 2 ministers and say, send me board presentation. I get board presentation. When I saw the budget open up and I got through the document and I lift them up, I said, but me not feel pleased now, you know. Me get discomfort and me start cuss. Where it comes on to integrity and these things with Mr. Holness.
I do not give a crap. We are talking about development.
Okay, so you only want me to talk
Integrity,
about...
the Integrity Commission. Me and
All
them.
right. Okay, so you only want me to talk about the positive of Mr. Holness.
We are talking about development. And that we are discussing his work as a prime minister. What he's employed to do. Let me ask you this. Hold on, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Is he misappropriating taxpayers' money?
That's a very good question. And as I said...
Is he misappropriating taxpayers' money?
You want a yes or a no, Chuck?
A simple answer.
All right, but you have to promise me, say, now I'm going to blow up on me now, you know.
Is he misappropriating taxpayers' money?
Yes, I believe. I believe.
Not
so.
believe. Do you have, hold on. Remember this
Where do you get that information?
Where do I get it from? All
Yes.
right, let me give you 2 evidence in terms of misappropriation.
What?
I see Miss Filbert get charged and thrown out of the parliament and come back. Hold on now. Don't take me on anything.
No. Hold on.
But Chuck, you can't
Hold on.
agree with me when...
Stop this. Stop. One at a
That is the
time.
problem.
One at a time.
Go ahead. Run through.
How did that affect the urban center outer St. Thomas?
But okay, no, you're asking one next different question now. So where we are going?
How did that affect the urban center outer St. Thomas?
All right. All right.
How did that affect the Montego Bay Ring Road?
All right, Chuck, you're
How did that affect the 2,000 vehicles for the JCF?
You just asked me.
How did that affect the hospitals down at Montego Bay, out of Spanish Town and out of UE?
All right, Chuck. Hold on, no, man. Pause a minute now, man. I hear you. 150 people hearing me. The most controversial person. Yes, I am in 100% with this new development. I do not disagree with the development, but I still have to ensure, while the development is going on, good governance prevail.
Did Mr. Dalrymple steal taxpayers' money?
He was charged by the Integrity Commission for misleading and quite a number of things that she also fined. She was fined and charged.
That's not the question Chuck asked you.
Don't tell me quite a number of things when it was one.
It
was one, but again,
all right. Regardless of the charge.
How does that affect the developments in Jamaica? That's what I'm asking.
Let me answer you now.
Again, me never sidestep. I ask you, did the Prime Minister has been proven to misappropriate taxpayers' money? You're gonna Dalrymple. Whether the hell that have to do with the
How you want me to answer you now, Chuck? Remember now, you know, if you ask me a question, I can answer, give the answer what you like, you know.
I want a factual answer.
So you have to give me a chance. You have to give me a chance.
Has the Prime Minister been charged with misappropriating taxpayers' money?
Yes,
okay. All right. Hold on now, Angie. The question rephrased. So give me a chance to answer now. The Prime Minister was not charged by the Integrity Commission. The Prime Minister has not been charged, I repeat. Hold me now. However, the Integrity Commission and other factors that the Prime Minister have under his leadership would have contributed to the questions. So we are dealing with the questions. So if we're going to stay on the part of the questions, development can't come in right now, you know. Fear is fear.
What has he done that affect his work as Prime Minister? That's what I try to get.
Good question, though.
And all right. Again, I do not give a shit about the Integrity Commission. Them could have uncertified till them fool. My Prime Minister work, my government work.
All right, look at this way.
I can see how it is being spent.
All right, Chuck, I say this to you, Andrew, now, and I'm going to be 100% honest.
You haven't been this whole time?
I've always, man, but I want to
That's
use
good
reference.
question.
Yeah,
Very
man.
good
I want to go
question.
110 now, Angie. You know why? I want everybody to respect the platform and nobody say anything derogatory. This is how we have good arguments. I can object, we still hold a position and no disrespect. The Integrity Commission, when that report came out, and I called my counselor and I said, we need to talk on this, You know what the counselor tell me, say? A propaganda. He can't go so, a PNP this, a PNP that. So in return, what I said to the counselor, if I am calling for answers and all I can get is a shutdown.
But Vice of the Nation, as to you, you are a well-read man.
Of
you
course.
Read, you understand, not you?
Oh, yes.
So I am sure you read that very same report that you just speak of.
Very much so.
Okay. Now, is there anywhere in that report that they said the Prime Minister did anything untoward with taxpayers' money?
Very good question. There are questionable circumstances.
Is
within-
there
No, that's
anywhere
not-
in the report
yes.
that it
Let's-
says the Prime Minister did anything untoward with taxpayers' money? Yes or no? You read the report.
Yes, stay on it. Stay on the
Jesus
question,
Christ.
boys.
Hold
It's
on,
simple.
Andrew, hold on, no man, hold on. You see, when you hold up a question at gunpoint to a person, is either yes or no, it leaves us with the narrative that we can only accept one answer. And the
When
reason
you read the report, if
I
there was
read the
something
report.
in it, you could say yes.
I would want to tell you that based on what I have read, it have left me with questionable thoughts.
Tell me what you read in it that have quest. Well on, again. I don't want to cite you. Again.
You are, Chuck. Don't go there.
Where in all of that the Integrity Commission do?
All
Did
right.
any of that stop us from build the Montego Bay Ring Road? Did any of us stop us from build 4 hospital? Did any of us stop us from build the town center in St. Thomas? Did any of us stop that from giving the public sector the largest increase in the history?
Okay, no, Chuck, you have a very, very good question. I want to ask you to allow me to answer. And with my opinions and my thoughts.
No, not with your opinion. You can, and it can be your opinion and your facts. We don't own facts. Facts are facts.
All right.
So my facts are your facts. All
right, so
facts are facts. So let's go now.
all right. Hold on here now, Chuck. Now this is a very concerning thought process. Let me just phrase it as best as I can. Integrity report, page 7 of 176, if you can pull it up. Page 7 of 100.
No, what I want, the tie where me want. I don't want you to go to no page. I want you to tell me how the integrity report prevent the developments that are going on in Jamaica. What them have to do with it? Link the Integrity Commission to the development of Jamaica for me, please.
All right. Ah, Jesus, help me. I want to say, on this note, the development in Jamaica is very important to the country. And I applaud all of them going on and everything that's happening. I applaud the government on it. I will give him credit for that. None of that is stopped by any one person agenda. I repeat, none of what's happening in Jamaica with the development is stopped by one person agenda. However, I base my argument, since we're talking about Mr. Honorable Dr. Prime Minister Holness. However, on the path of good governance and accountability, I am still left as a citizen, not as a Liberator or a PNP.
Is the Prime Minister entitled to a personal life?
Everybody is.
Okay, again no, and I'm glad you answered that question. Everybody is entitled to a personal life. No. Tell me how the Integrity Commission report affects the development of Jamaica.
Oh, no, we know one corner now. All right. Angie, me I beg you moderate between the two of you. Please be a rubber or a sponge right here, so now. Can you? Unmute now, Angie. Me I beg you for the cushion. Cause me no want Chuck have a heart attack. You have a buckle of water, Chuck?
He has alcohol right beside him. He's good.
All right. How many minutes am I allowed to talk? Let me give you a solid answer on this.
As long, listen to me. The only time you're going to interrupt is when you go down the wrong road.
But all right. Next question, and am I entitled to my own thoughts or factual thoughts?
Factual thoughts is not about your own thoughts. This is factual information.
All right. No, we are set the parameters, you know. All right, Angie, prepare for it, and let's do this one. The corruption in Jamaica from the PNP time to current time has always been a concerning matter. With good governance and accountability, where public officials have to be held accountable for using taxpayers' money, the public purse is of great interest. I, at no point, claimed or see any factual evidence that Mr. Holness has been charged by using taxpayers' money in an inappropriate way. However, I have the uttermost respect for the institution because underneath the PNP, the only office was the Attorney General or the Contractor General, which didn't have much biting. The Integrity Commission formed by the Jamaica Labour Party is a great institution, well commended by the Honorable Bruce Golden and Mr. Holness himself. The institution agenda is to have a corrupt-free Jamaica. And to back my argument and facts, the perception of transparencyjamaica.com says that Jamaica corruption rate have not grown up or down since last year. It's still stuck at 17% across the public sector workers. In other words, public sector workers are still corrupt last year and this year. The facts is on Transparency Jamaica. When it comes down to the Integrity Commission, they have a duty to ensure all officials are entitled to good conduct, ethics, transparency, and accountability.
Again, well, I think you're forgetting the question I asked. How does the integrity report affect the development of Jamaica?
Okay, well, I know. Angie, you're a ref, you know. But anyway.
There's nothing to wrap. I'm giving you an opportunity to finish.
What happened to development when there is no transparency? We do not know how contracts are awarded and who are involved in it. That's one problem.
We do. All those are public documents. All
right, let me give you a perfect example now. The Prime Minister business partner also challenged the court on conflict of interest matter, and we can see where his business partner said, yes, it's a possibility for conflict of interest. And he withdrew that case in court. That's public info.
He did not withdraw the case for that. He withdrew the case because the Prime Minister have the very same case. And as you know, one ruling in law cover all issue relating to it.
All right.
So once the Prime Minister get his ruling, it will also cover his one. So it doesn't make sense for two cases.
The conflict of interest.
That is the reason why he withdrew. Again,
well, I know. How
he withdrew, right? Integrity Commission report affects the development of Jamaica.
Because it affected in a way on accountability. We do not know how the public money is being spent. So that can prevent, for example, if we were to have 3 urban centers and we can only have 1, if we do not know the appropriation of our funds are used and who is getting what and how these things are done.
Hold on. Does the Integrity Commission audit the budget?
Very, very good question.
Does the Integrity Commission audit the budget?
I don't think so, but I think they audit individuals.
No.
As I said, I don't think so.
The Integrity Commission cannot tell you about that. What I want you to give me the link between the Integrity Commission and the development taking place in Jamaica.
All right. Let me tell you this, Chuck. The Integrity Commission and the Development in Jamaica have no direct strings attached to it.
No direct strings. Okay.
No, but what it does...
The Prime Minister declaration being certified is bull crap.
No, I can't agree to that one. Can't agree to that is declaration not being certified. Cannot agree to that.
So, but listen, you're still going around the question.
No, me I hold my position where it comes down to integrity and accountability. I am not disputing that the development are not happening. I am disputing accountability and transparency.
So he asked the question, is that...
Let me ask you. Let me reason it this way. Was the PJ Patterson government transparent and accountable?
Very good question, no. Here we go now.
It's just yes, I know, just simple. But just try to get to something. Would you consider that government to be transparent and accountable?
Do I consider?
Yes. Remember, they ruled Jamaica for 18 years.
18 years without an integrity commission, you know. So we have to mind out.
Would you consider them to be transparent and accountable?
Ah, boy. So much took place under the administration and so much not took place under the administration. If I must say, what don't took place, I be deemed as a liar. I do not want to answer that question because I don't have the fact in front of me.
So hold on, Chuck. So you have the facts about Andrew Holness in front of you?
Because we only have the Integrity Commission now.
Right. So what, he was not charged for anything, like
But
Chuck said.
Questionable.
What is questionable about what's happening?
All right. Go to page 7 of the Integrity Report.
I don't have to go. We're not doing that because you did that with Lashika a couple of days ago. We're not going over no more pages.
We're not, one. Here's the difference. Here's the difference.
Let's be fair. I cannot use my personal thoughts.
The PMP government in there 18 years. Moved in Listen to this. This is important. They moved the national debt from 60, just under 70 billion in 1992. In 2007, when they left office, it was $865 billion.
Go ahead. Where you get the document from now? Quote the source to me.
You can check one of 3 places.
Hold on now, Chuck.
One of the finance. It is on the Bank of Jamaica website.
All right. In great respect, I am speaking at this moment 156 people. Only the knowledge that I have and based on the fact that I have read. So while you're talking to me and you're making this quotation, quote so we can find it after this so we can be able to have a fact.
3 sources.
Bank of Jamaica website. The Ministry of Finance, it's in there. And you can check it also. And if you don't trust the local website, you can go to the IMF website. And they will.
You can Google, because I've Googled it. You just speak that
I have a question
in
to
Google
the panel.
and it comes
I have
up.
one question to the panel now. One question to the panel.
It's just you and Chuck.
Yeah, man, but you're there, moderate, man. And should we dissolve the Integrity Commission and all anti-corruption bodies?
No, we should not.
Why?
Okay, first of all, stop.
First of all, Chuck, needs to be fair.
Hold on, man. What I'm making man answer the question, man.
No, stop. Remember your own words, Chuck. I will mute you, Chuck. Nobody's asking questions over here.
You're right.
Why are you allowing Voice of the Nation to ask you a question?
You're right.
Repeat that, moderator.
No. This is a discussion we had before you came on Voice of the Nation. He was preaching to his...
He asked me a lot of questions, so can we be
but
fair?
we are not. We are being fair.
So we're not supposed to ask any question.
That question is allowed. That question is allowed. But Voice of the Nation, what I want you to say, when me tell you about that level of debt increase now, what you must answer me now is this. What did Jamaica have to show for it?
Ah, boy, Chuck. Hold on.
Yes.
Hold on, Chuck.
From just under 70 billion.
Hold on.
870.
Hold on, Chuck. Hold on, Chuck, hold on, man.
Just think about it.
Hold on.
You want the truck?
I was asking for prices. I can't do it today because I have to hire somebody to help me.
All right.
Thank you so much.
You're good. I'm gonna protect some asset. Hey, check out them truck.
You get rich on the Labour Party, you know, so.
Make sure all the trucks lock up at the trailers. All right. Go ahead with your question.
Again, what did we have to show for that level of debt increase?
The debt increase. Repeat the question.
In 1992, the national debt was about just under $70 billion. I don't have the exact figure, but it was under $70 billion. When the PMP demit office in 2007, it was just under $1 trillion. What did we have to show for that level?
We have nothing to show. That's what they're saying.
We have nothing to show for it. But yet, all those people are certified by whatever commission they have, not true. Then this certified, not true. Did we have better roads? Did we have better hospitals?
Voice of the PMP. Can you step somewhere else? You only have one bar.
Yes, your bar weak. I am going to.
No, man.
You say.
Well, I know, Chuck, because
all of your.
You have to pull up your source.
All of the things that you hold against the Prime Minister is because of the Integrity Commission report. Okay? So just bear with me.
That's the only fact.
I am going to read.
Yes.
Right. I'm going to read a little letter for you. I remember I read that at grade 2 level, so bear with me. Yeah?
Grade 1.
Where the letter come from?
Grade 1, yes.
Where the letter come from?
It is written by a former member of the Integrity Commission.
What's his name?
His name is Mr. name. Well, I'm going to give him full name. Don't want to miss it. Mark Swaby.
Okay.
All right.
And when that letter was published, give us the source so we can find it, man.
It was written by Mark Swaby. It was sent to the Integrity Commission on, sorry, I don't have a page with me, give the date. But the Integrity Commission acknowledged receipt of it.
Okay. Read it out, let me hear.
You mind if I go ahead and read it now?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to identify the source.
So this was written to Miss Lawrence Beswick, Mr. Beresford, and Mr. Edwards. Mr. Edwards is from the major organized crime. That was sent in February. So the letter reads, I write to you in your capacity as leading principals. Sorry, that distract me. I write in your as leading principal of the Integrity Commission and the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency, respectively, to request an investigation into a serious matter. Okay? I write to lodge a formal complaint concerning misconduct and acts of corruption perpetrated by Kevin Stevens, attorney at law and integrity and director of investigation at the Integrity Commission. Stevens' corrupt act concerned the investigation he pursued in respect of Andrew Michael Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. The records of the Integrity Commission will indicate that an ex-investigator at the Commission, Stephanie Fiddler Blake, who at the time was employed to the Commission, was moved to place in writing following inquiries from the Corruption Prevention Department of the Integrity Commission, her concerns that steps being taken by the Commission in probing the Prime Minister's financing breach due process and possibly adversely engage the law investigation best practices. Mr. Stevens not only elected to exclude Ms. Blake's concern, which point to an unjust probe from the report he prepared for the Parliament, he did the rounds at the Commission and persuaded several senior colleagues not to include Ms. Baker's account of any of the formal consideration concerning the case. Stevens also insisted that Ms. Blake retract her statement. You might be aware that it is a breach of public office an attorney at law who is considered before the court as the Minister of Justice to exclude evidentiary material from a probe and hide from Parliament or a judicial foray details which could be material to its outcome. I am confident that a serious investigation will reveal that Mr. Stevens misconducted himself in public office and had possibly breached the Corruption Prevention Act in furtherance of what appears to be his obsession to implicate the Prime Minister in wrongdoing, even when the evidence does not support his mission. Both he and Executive Director Greg Christie are in the habit of seeking to marginalize and intimidate any staffer of the Commission who acts professionally in respect of the Prime Minister. This led to an atmosphere at the Commissioner which was incredibly toxic and is given some serious miscarriage of justice. Regards, Mark Swaby.
Thank you, sir. All right, let me respond to your letter now. As one person in the comments said, I saw the letter already. As a person that reads and a person that understands due process and understand the formation of how government runs, we have to put things in context. Mm-hmm. The Integrity Commission reports to the court, by the courts, and they
report to the Parliament, not to the court.
The court,
the Integrity Commission reports to the Parliament.
Let me break that down now. Let me break that down a little bit to make everybody understand, not just what I mean, the courts and the Parliament. Nobody in the Parliament can give the Integrity Commission any order. Only the court alone can give them orders. Nobody in the Parliament cannot give them any orders. They can suggest if the misconduct or the breaches of the Integrity Commission is compromised on their mandate and how they carry out their affairs. And we have factual evidence. This is where we call upon the appointees, Chief Justice, and also the Governor General to take a look along with the Prime Minister and his supported councils. So if there is a breach in organizational standard and procedures that will violate the rights of Prime Minister Andrew Holness and any other citizens, then we have a problem with the commission. Now, upon that basis, Mr. Holness is doing the right thing when he calls for a judicial review. So, the letter that you're telling
hold on. Repeat that again for me, please. Repeat that.
Okay. If there is a structural, organizational misconduct or a breach on organization procedures and how they carry out their duties and responsibility, which compromise the mandate or the function of the institution, then we would have to ask the appropriate people, such as the Chief Justice, the Governor General, the Prime Minister and his councils, to take a look at the institution. However, Mr. Holness currently is in his right asking for a judicial review.
I don't even know he has a right to do that.
He has a right as a citizen to challenge.
On your platform, he come like he never have no right.
Allow him to finish, Chef. Hold on, allow him to finish,
I will deal when you start a discussion and we can talk with the context.
Allow him to finish. Continue.
Yes.
Let me know if you want to have a discussion with sense.
Voice the nation. Continue.
Thank you. All right. He has a right. And we are waiting on the verdict, which I openly said. And the verdict won't be now. It will be after the general election. So we, at no time, whether on my platform or any other platform, I said he was charged. No, it is alleged scrutinizing. On the, well, I know, Chuck, on the basis of good governance, that I always say, The very fact that he walked out on Richard Azan, I can quote him word for word.
Break down this for me, please. Hold on. Break down this for me, please.
All right.
What is good governance?
Thank you very much. Good governance is defined by following principles like a glass you can see through it and hold accountability for partakers of anything you're doing. So if you're running a yard, you hold your children accountable and you teach them right, and whatever you say to them, they can see through it, and they can see through it and say, Daddy is good, Mommy is good. You lead by example, where your children can look up and say, Daddy has struggled in poverty, and you have uphold the law of the land, and nobody can call in him and everything we do. And if Daddy dead tomorrow morning, he die as a nobleman because he live his best life in the capacity he can. Okay. If he's a rich person, and he have done and achieved the entire world, and up to this point, there's not one name or one thing they can call on him to say he's wrong. We regard those people as people of upstanding character.
Tell me one person in life, one person that live a life and nobody has ever questioned anything about them. Give me one.
All right. I won't call a name right now, you see? And when I call the name, I
you have to also tell me what you know, so they have never been questioned. You know? Even Jesus Christ was questioned.
Even Jesus.
Yes, even Jesus Christ was questioned. So tell me somebody who live a life and has never been questioned about anything in their entire life.
In Jamaica.
Mark Golden.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world. Go to any country.
Okay. Let me give you somebody that has very good morale. The former Prime Minister of Singapore is an outstanding man. Very respectable man.
And he has never ever been questioned about anything in his entire life.
To how good the man be, even the opposition, when the Americans...
That's not the question I'm asking. He has never been ever questioned about anything in his entire life.
Not in the public domain that we know of legally.
I'm asking you, give me somebody that you know for a fact has never been questioned about anything in their life. The former Prime Minister of Singapore has been questioned about things.
I'm saying to you, as far as you know,
I'm talking about, by the way, is that Prime Minister, you're talking about Lee Kuan Yew, right?
Yeah, I think that's the guy.
Lee Kuan Yew has been questioned about several things.
But you don't even know.
That's the former Prime Minister of Singapore.
Yes.
Of course.
Hold on, man. We're not go. All right, hold on. We have a whole lot of reasoning enough. If we want reason our argument to win our score fight, we can do it.
What I'm trying to get at, if we can skip, I'm trying to get at being questioned. If somebody questions you about something, it doesn't make you guilty.
And you're right, but the question come back to you now. If, all right, let me give you a personal example. I have a biological uncle that when it came to light, that he touched a little young girl below the age. I listened to both sides and they said to me, it's blood. I said, yes. And what you want to do? I said, I don't want to see him and I don't want to hear from him. And I will not support anything until he runs his course with the law. I don't want to be associated with him until he come out clean. When I asked my biological mother how long this process will take, he said, they don't know. I said, until then, I want to see him. Today, he went to court and the court found him guilty. He baptized, he turned Christian, turned deacon. And the only thing I have to say about it, which is a personal situation, which I'm very disappointed and I'm so sad and sorry for the victim and her family. At no point in life, I want to support or be engaged or be contact with anybody that find themselves in a capacity of power at any level and take advantage of it. I disassociate myself from my biological home.
I agree with you 100% on
I have a
that. No,
question.
again,
I have a
how does
question.
that scenario relate to my
Okay,
Right,
private?
that's, what is the merit? I don't understand. How do you?
Yes, how does
The
that
moral
relate
of the
to
story
my case?
is, until the judicial review is completed, and
Okay,
the
so
courts
in
of
your
the land,
eyes, he is guilty until proven innocent.
no.
You know that you
But
just
Chuck is
My-
correct. Chuck is correct because
No,
why else
all
would
right.
you
You're
want? Why
answering for
else
me,
wouldn't
no.
you support
Angie,
your
hold
family
on,
until
Angie.
when
You
you know
can't
the
talk to
answer?
me, Angie. You cannot do that, Angie. My
Hold on,
opinion
baby.
and my answer.
No, I know
All right,
that.
go
Listen
ahead.
to what I'm saying. Why else, like Chuck said, if a family member of mine is accused of something, I'm not going to cut them off until when I have the facts, until when
And
the
that is
process is
you.
finished, until when the
And that
process
is
is
you.
finished. That's what Chuck is saying. So you already
That is
condemn
you.
your family member without knowing the truth.
I never condemn. Condemnation is, I never condemn. I disassociate myself. In other
all
words,
right. Still,
until,
but
hold on, Chuck. Let me
Vice,
answer back your question. Chuck, me never answer you, because Miss Angie chipping for me. I'm answering you. Until then, I take the same personal measure in my public life. I run a business too, you know. I love to disassociate myself until the situation comes to good judgment. That's me.
all right. Let me ask this again now. Let me ask this again. We have PJ Patterson, who did not have any problem with any certification, but run the national debt out of reach. You leave us nothing to show for it. Versus Andrew Holness, that you can see your tax dollars being spent in front of your eyes. You know it's your tax dollar there, you know it's part every cent I spend. Right?
All right.
So,
Go
in
ahead.
my opinion, that is why I elect a government. So they can govern and spend my tax dollars wisely.
All right. I have a backup question.
The man them say,
No.
the man them say, Andrew Holness a thief with tax dollar.
Well, my tax dollars are spent. We can see it as spent. No.
All right. So my question to you now, based on that.
Vice. Why would you not be interested to put back the same party that run up the national debt and give us nothing to show for it?
All right. I'm going to answer you. On this card, on this card, you spoke of a person, PJ Patterson. So my question to you now, in the 18 years of the PNP, Jamaica have that never developed, have no accomplishments.
Nope.
Nothing was done under the 18 years.
Name one.
$800 billion worth of development.
I'm talking to Chuck, you know, Chuck. If we maintain the order we are going,
Yes,
good,
but
man.
I'm saying,
So in the 18 years,
we have to
nothing
show
was
for the
done.
$800 billion.
Chuck,
Yeah.
Chuck, can I ask you a question to ask the gentleman, because he has not been focusing on what you have stated, right? He has now brought it. I don't want to talk to you directly because you're disrespecting everybody else and just say we not to talk to you. I want to talk directly to Chuck.
That's why you see upon the live today.
Hold
So
on,
listen to me.
Hold on, moderator. I asked you the
Listen to
question.
me.
No, voice of the nation. No,
Hold
hold
on,
on.
voice.
Hold on.
Nitin, I have a question for you. I need to ask you a question.
I'm ready for the. All right, hold on before you do that.
All right.
No.
You're talking about.
Hold on, man.
I don't want
Long
to.
time I hear you
Angie, you ask Angie something before we open.
I said
Angie, I'm asking you.
Let me. No, I don't want to
Yes, hold
come out
on
and
now.
it's my talk about
All right,
integrity.
Mivi, I'm going to allow you
Yes.
to ask, but hold on, Mivi. Yes, how he was having a one-on-one conversation with Chuck. He wasn't being disrespectful. I mean, I take up for him now. But he was having a one-on-one before you guys enter. So no, I'm going to allow you guys to ask him the question. It's not a one-on-one anymore with Chuck. So we can have a debate. We can have a debating conversation back and forth.
All right,
So
good
Mivi is going to
qualification.
ask you a question, okay?
Good
Thank you very much.
qualification.
That's all I was asking. Thanks very much.
Good qualification. All right, voice of the nation.
Yes,
My
sir.
question to you is, Mark Golding went on a program and spoke that he went to the UK embassy, stood in a line to get a visa to go to England when he was a UK citizen holding a British passport. Is that lack of integrity? Is that line lack of integrity? And why would you align yourself with him?
All right, let me answer you on that note. The entire passport and British citizenship, I have followed up. I heard about it. I just started in less than a couple of months ago. Decided to support the opposition on the basis of he telling lies, and if there's factual evidence on it, I will disapprove of him and telling the people's lies. So I would never agree with the lies or the misleading or deceiving.
So, Vice, what you're saying, you never heard him say that before?
No, that's not what I said.
So you have done no research into Mark Golding before joining support behind him?
No, hold on, no. I'm not, my support is not focusing on the one person, you know. I'm supporting, the opposition has many different factors. So I have merits in which I give the support. So the gentleman below that speaks about that, I want to say to you, I have, which tonight or later, I'm going to really dig down and see the facts on it so I can comment on it appropriately.
Voice of the Nation, can I also say this? In 2000 and maybe 4,
yeah,
there was a sweetheart deal including the leader of the opposition.
Which deal is that?
Which included, listen. B and G wanted, during the FinSac issue, wanted to get Billy Craig Merchant Bank license. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I can make a direct comment.
Do you know how much taxpayers' money that was spent on that?
I can make a comment on that when I'm ready.
Right, and secondly, the sweetheart deal, the last part of it now, the sweetheart deal. Do you know about the 29.507 million US dollar, which it values $4.5 billion in sweetheart deal that is at 4 DBNG? Do you know about it? And also a 10% and also a 10% finder's fee. Do you know about it? Do you know that is my tax dollar?
Those are taxpayers' money.
All right, let me address you now until we can move on to some. I like this platform, you know. I like the fact we can reason and not get all over. All right. My assumption.
The engineer there, nobody laugh, but the engineer there, man.
Chuck.
Engineer, behave yourself.
Chuck, you can hear me?
Behave yourself, the engineer. Behave.
The engineer,
Call them the engineer. Made it up on his head today. I made it up.
Me know. What the
engineer, where you
Who
gone?
took him off? Who took him off?
The engineer, where you gone?
Who took the engineer?
Continue to answer the question. The engineer will come back.
Yeah, all right. Just 1 second. Let me see if the excavator I put in. 1 second.
That man.
One second.
No, might never word the first time. Chuck.
Hey.
Chuck, hear me. Chuck. I can't stay. I never want to decline the invitation because you know it's a maximum respect still, but I can't stay. I take one question. What is the issue?
Just watch it. All right. Me ready for you now. Me did have to.
Voice.
Yes, sir. What on the engineer, man? What on the
I don't want to feel vexed about today now.
No, sir. You
No, voice. I don't want to feel vexed about today now, but you didn't forget the kick up there today. You didn't forget the kick up there today. I don't want to try and embarrass you, but I didn't have to kick you up.
No, we don't do that.
Zin?
No, man. Let me tell you something.
All right, cool, guys.
We love when
we run. Respect, all right?
All right, the engineer. Respect to you. All right. And so we want our conversation going on. We don't want to disrespect and a cussing and a carry on like we all did. Because we can't educate the people. All right, sir.
Voice, you're presenting to control this thing, man. Just answer the questions.
I'm ready for you now. Yeah, man.
You need to time him too. You need to time him.
The matter regarding Deer Bunting and Golden, I did my research on it and I saw a lot of figures there. And when I saw the figures, my only question is, what was wrong with the deal? And as you said, it's a sweetheart deal. I'm a businessman, so
Let me answer that point when I'm finished. Yeah, I'm telling you what was wrong with that deal, and I can explain it
if you check the document,
Well, no one make it
BB&T never have
Hold
enough
on.
money.
No. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let
yeah,
him finish,
but
please.
more answer that part then. You know what? Just
Let him
remember,
finish,
remember that,
please.
please.
Yes, let him finish, please.
Chuck, me get
And
one
then
message
if
to give you, you know.
and then if maybe have a follow-up, maybe can have the follow-up.
All
and
right.
then-
Well, I know.
Go ahead.
You hear,
Time.
Chuck? You hear, Chuck?
Yeah, man,
Me
no
get a
problem.
message to give you.
Sheiky, sister, I don't know where you've been. Can you start a timer for a voice? 2 minutes.
All right, bring it in. Bring it in. All right,
Sure.
everything is all right. Good.
Me, I watch the equipment.
Answer the question now about the sweetheart
All right.
with
All right.
taxpayers' money.
Yes, man. Me answer you. Greetings, Lashika. Nice to hear from you.
Good evening, sir. Good to see you.
All right. Good to see you too, my friend. When I saw the research and I did all my due diligence, I used my influence and contact Scotiabank. And when I contact Scotiabank up in the higher levels there, my question to them was, why you do buy a company that has so many scandals? And as a customer also, they said to me, well, scandals are scandals, but they did their due diligence and they find it fit. I said, all right, cool. I leave it at that. And I understand your concern about the scandals, but where the sweetheart deals aspect come around with that is if the laws were broken to accommodate a sweetheart deal, something is wrong that need to be looked into. I don't in an agreement with anybody where I break the laws at claim wealth. But my closing point on it is the fact that Scotiabank could buy it and did not have any problem with their due diligence compliance team led me to say, okay, fine. And I leave it there.
May I answer that, boys? Explain what was the issue with the deal.
Hold on, let me see. Maybe hold on, baby. Maybe are you satisfied or you want to follow up? Maybe. All right, go on.
I am not satisfied. That was just a high level circumlocution that we just heard just now.
You wanna give,
All right, Mr. Navy.
You want to give them an opportunity to answer?
My answer.
Go ahead.
With what had happened. Mark Golding and Bunting tried so many times to get Billy Craig company, and they didn't have enough funding. Omar Davis gave away our tax dollars to help them acquire. That was a sweetheart deal that came from our money. And then there was a lot of money. They reach up to some billions right now, maybe like $2 or $3 billion right now. That would have been spent. That money got gone straight to Mark Golding and Bunting. That was totally wrong.
So, Dominant, you're saying to me now, because we want to have the conversation. We're not going to argue here. You're saying to me, and the 200 people that is listening, that the deal went under because of preferences, right? And dupe and term jump onto my mouth. Preferences and favorism, right? Cronyism.
Yes, I would want to think so, because if it wasn't for Omar Davis, that company wouldn't be handed over to Mark Golding and Bunting and Darren, and you can check the record.
Okay.
I'm saying,
right.
which other person got that deal that is out there in Jamaica? There's no one. There's no one who got that kind of deal. A matter of fact, a lot of companies wanted to pay 50 cents in the dollar to get back their companies and properties, and it was not handed to them, and they make an overseas company come pay less than 25 cents in the dollar for those properties and sell them back at a profit. That was totally wrong.
That's why.
All right. My question
to
to you now.
no business.
All right. Hold on, no man, no make we do that. So, Dominant, my
One at
question
a time,
to you now.
please. One at a time,
Thank you.
please.
My question to you now, Dominant. Since favoritism and cronyism played out with that deal, what aspect of the law we can use now
since I am campaigning for good governance and accountability and integrity and transparency, to hold Mr. Golden accountable and have him been charged.
May I explain something to you? But those days, you
Yes.
mean have so much laws that are in now, like the Integrity Commission. The Contractor General at the time brought up the issue. It wasn't us, the people, who brought up the issue, you know. It was they, after Adley Shah, make it be known that something like that happened. They did their own due diligence. Not after what Adley Shah said. They went and did their own due diligence. They were the one who put out that report. Not me, not no blogger. You understand me? Not no minister. It was the Contractor General at the time put out that report. It is known. And we must
Let me
ask
ask you
people,
something.
and we must
Dominant.
all be real and talk the truth, and not because we like a party, yes or no. You know what I said? I am not afraid to say it. I am not afraid to say it. The prefer is Lisa and I was leading the party, but I feel much better. I don't trust Mark Golden because once a man do something like that, he will do it again.
Hold on, Vice. This question I wanted to answer.
Hold on, Chuck. Let me just say this. In regards to voice question, you see, I don't know if I'm right. I am just thinking outside of the box. I think if Mark Golden opens up his statutory declaration to the same scrutiny as Andrew Holness, then we'll be able to get a headway or get a better understanding of what happened, and then the law can take precedence. Am I
That's right.
correct?
Yes, you are
You're right. You're correct.
So in order for us to clearly understand what transpired, him need to go through the same scrutiny as Andrew Holness, remove all his assets from the trust so we can know what to do, how to proceed, how it was acquired. Because since them are the money trail, paper trail, I think that is the way. That's
very
just...
good point, Lashika. Very good point.
Thank you.
Point. Lashika, can I have a one with you? Madam,
Listen to me now.
Lashika's moderating. You have no.
This man is dominating this way too much. I have been here. I've been in the box for a long time, you know, and I've been listening. I want to talk.
Listen, he's also moderating. Go ahead, connecting to that. You want to ask a question?
No, I don't. I really don't have a question for him. I'm going to be very brutally frank this evening. I don't have no question for him. I have some points that I want to raise. But I'm not going to be in any conversation with him.
Go ahead.
But I see where it's going. He came here before and he said that he's concerned with the Jamaica Labour Party. Well, he came here, and I don't believe him when he said that first thing, his microphone is always open to disrupt, and that's a PLP trait. Every step of the way. Every step of the way.
All right, hold on. Chef, you have to mute your mic as well.
Mic always open. And it's always disrupting when you're making a presentation. I'm get tired of this guy now. Very tired of him, I'm telling you.
All I'm connecting. Everyone, Chef, you have to mute your mic because yours was also open. Can you mute your mic, please?
Yeah, man. I muted my mic for the entire period that I'm on.
No, not you connecting to that.
I know.
Wayne, mute your mic, please.
Anyway.
One of the things that we have to remember connecting is that Voice has a platform, and he's on his platform on a daily basis. I am one of them who have gone there, right? So we have to know, as Chuck always say, ants follow fat, right? So his people are going to follow him, and they're going to come here, and we're always going to have to share the knowledge and the information. Put everything else aside, what his preferences are, what his agenda is. We have to put ours out there, and that's where I stand with that.
Yeah. We have
and again, we have to set the standards. Not speaking, mute your mic. Moderators are here. Mute your mic. We can mute them as well, and we can take it from there. We can have a discussion.
We
always show them up.
I am on your side, and I agree that
I know you are.
Yes, but no, I'm saying to you that I agree that they should have a voice too. But when it comes to dominate the space, we should allow that. Because when I think he
does. I think he likes to have one-on-one with people. Like, he likes to have one-on-one. He don't like when 3 and 4 people are talking.
All right.
I think.
Could I continue?
Go ahead.
Thank you. I have overheard him said that he was a JLP supporter in Mike Henry's constituency. And he has moved away from the JLP because of integrity issues with the Prime Minister. And yet he just said a while ago that he did not research Golding or Bunting's any allegation of corruption against them. So that in my view, would discredit him. When one looks at the previous statement that he made. I really wanted to ask him, but I won't. I'm just going to make these broad statements. The People's National Party, it is well established that they make a valiant effort to cram the public service and other civil society groups, civil society groups. Even the public defender office. Let me just speak about the public defender's office. The first public defender who was appointed in Jamaica was appointed under the PNP. A very good, close friend of mine named Howard Hamilton. He is now deceased. Queen's Counsel Howard Hamilton. Very outstanding attorney. But he's a PNP activist. Very good friend of mine, a decent man. Very decent man, but he's a PNP activist. He was the first public defender. The second one is Harold Witter. Another PNP operative. The third one, Arlene Harrison, another PNP activist. 3 in a row, the PNP appointed. They go after poll organizations so to corrupt them and to give them results that they want. They go after the police force, the police unions, teachers, nurses, all unions they can get on their side. And they have a motive. I honestly would not be surprised if they have a hand in the integrity corruption. I would not be surprised about that. Colonel Spenter was charged for several reported cases of corruption. We saw that battle. I listened to that case. I watched the case and I go through the evidence through and through. And I believe that there was at least sufficient evidence for the judge to call upon him to answer to the charge. Not to convict him at that stage, but to at least answer to the charge. He was acquitted after his lawyers made a no-case submission. The learned DPP, the Director of Public Prosecution, commented that if she, the same one who prosecuted the case,
connecting to that,
yes,
I think you need to add something to that part of it. You need to add that they waited until the PNP came back to power to make that submission and then the case was thrown out.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. So I'm making the point. Well, I work in the judiciary, you know, not as an officer, but as a policeman, as a detective, as an investigator. And I would have had several cases before the court. And I saw these judges, some of them operating. I see playing out in home court several times, from way back in the 80s, where these judges are giving verdicts in a DK Duncan case, in a several other cases involving PNP. And this has happened over the entire whole gamut of Jamaica since independence. They have a style. It is well established. And they told us, you know, as Samba told us that we pack it up with PNP because we have an agenda. Pack up the whole place with PNP. You know, the bloggers, or they're telling lies on top of lies, and they are very dodgy and very shifty. The judge who tried Colonel Spencer, the first the DPP said that if she had the benefit of an appeal for an acquittal, which we do have now because of the JLP brought in that now. If somebody is acquitted, the case can be appealed, but that just came in since 2016. She said she would activate that law in a Colonel Spencer's case. Ironically, shortly after Colonel's acquittal, the judge became a High Court judge. She's a High Court judge now. So I know a little bit too much, you know. I know a little bit too much about this organization. So when I hear somebody say about them support the PNP, you know, me questioning the integrity, you know. I do. And more than one occasion, the People's National Party has either retained or regained state power using the security forces. Starting from 1976, Michael Mann would have lost 1976 without that corrupt state of emergency, which he called lasted for 1 whole year. Call an election right in the height of a state of emergency, lock up labor rights, lock up election day workers, and release him after the poll closed, and he won an election in 1976, which he would have lost. Michael Mann would have lost 76. It came back 1980, and there was a stone organization, stone poll organization, one of the most credible polling organizations that I have ever known. And the polls had Michael trailing Siaga in 76. And they came back and the JLP extended a massive lead against the PNP in 1980. You know what they tried that time? They tried violence. They started campaigning from February 1980. And the election was not until the 30th of October 1980. 8 long months. Red liquid flow like a river in Jamaica because of political violence. The unalive rate moved from 351 in 1979 to 844 in 1980. And I was a member of the security forces by then. And I can tell you that I believe the unalive rate passed 1,000 for the first time in 1980. The police could not cope. They never had the capacity to tabulate the numbers under PNP government. And they came back again. Well, the JLP won that election massively, 51 to 9. And they came back again, 1997, and used the security force to invade Timothy Guards, use Adams and others to invade down there, to demonize the road Siaga. And won 1997. They come back 2001 and do the same thing. And the live persons down here. They didn't find not even the shell of a can, not even one cup Spencer left down there.
And they connecting.
And they won.
Wrap it up, and then we come back to you. We come back to you. Yeah, we come back to you. Guys, I have to let you know. Guys, that we have to rotate some of the boxes because we have other people want to come up in the box. So deal with. You're done? You did finish?
No, I'm not really finished, but if I can give because
I'll be coming off.
Yeah, so if maybe I'll come up, me will stay. You understand? Because we want to educate him some more. Why him should have switched to the Jamaica Labour Party.
Right, and that's what I want. That's where I want the conversation to go because he does have questions and him same used to be Jamaica Labour Party. And me not think me and him get a wrong start just like everybody else. But me think we can bring Vice back to reality because you're not in reality, Voice. Okay.
So he's talking about integrity, right?
Please hold on. I'm going to put your timer on, Chef Wayne, 2 minutes, and you and Voice can do a little back and forth, and then
let's see if he's still there, Shika. Voice, open your mic because I haven't heard him.
He's
Voice?
here.
I'm listening attentively and responding.
So Voice, you're talking about integrity by the PNP, right? What about all those millions of dollars we missed up in the Spanish Town municipal? That is integrity?
You asking me a question?
Yes, sir. I'm asking you. You deal with integrity, and it seems like Andrew Holness have as much integrity for you. That's why you switched to PNP. So may I ask you the question, sir, what about all those money we miss up in Spanish Town municipal? That's integrity?
Let me answer you.
And the KSC and the Westmoreland
Westmoreland and Hanover.
Mandeville. So those are integrity, sir? Our taxpayer money.
Let me know when you're ready for me to answer.
Yes, sir.
You know, Chef Wayne, I can answer you. I ask Voice already if he's going to vote. If he would vote for someone who stole taxpayers' money versus someone who was accused, and he was not able to answer me. So it's interesting to hear what he has to say about this one. Go ahead, Voice.
Thank you. According to the law enforcement and the courts, most of those cases are before the case. It's particular when Mocha came to Clarendon also. And the Mapen Parish Council was also a part of all of that.
Sir, I never asked about Mapen. I asked about Spanish Town, Mandeville, Westmoreland, and Hanover.
Just allow him to answer, Chef Wayne, please. Thank you. Please.
All those cases are still pending an investigation and courts. And Hold on.
Somebody care want to say now work, but him say when the technician are come.
Just give them back their money if you said it. Don't just give them back their money. Just give them back their money. Yeah. Just cancel the contract or just make them happy. Be tired. A weekend. Just do what you have to do. Sorry about that, people. God damn it. Lose my train of thought. Anyway, all those cases are before the courts and under investigation, which would allow us to allow due process to continue. And I condemn every act of corruption and the stealing of the taxpayers' money. So for those cases, we haven't got any direct ruling as yet. And I know for sure that the Spanish Town thing is still being dealt with. And I am totally condemning the very act of the misuse or what they have been doing with the taxpayers' money. I'm not in any support of that. So if the evidence come out and we find them liable and they're charged, we have to move the narrative to a path where we can have better accountability and good governance. So my position would be, once they are found liable and charged, then we have to get rid of them and call for new leadership.
All right. The next one. Do you think Mark Golding know about it and why he don't come out and condemn those people who name calling up or tell them to resign if he want to be a good government as what he want to, as what he said?
All right. I will recall definitely what the last thing I saw with Mark Golding calling on a comrade or one of his affiliates, because he call himself comrades, to step down. One was Dennis Meadows make a statement about scamming, and he had to step down.
So why you not?
And
why you not tell this person who step down and wait till their name clear?
It is the very same position I said, that all these people that are under investigation, they need to step aside and allow their name to be cleared. And if you were to do that, you would have wiped out the entire parish council, because there are so many mix across the lines that people are involved in. So I don't know specifically what the circumstances, what the investigation have revealed for them to be highlighted and ask them to resign.
They have deputy, right? Use the deputy, and if he is a good opposition leader, he just tell them to step down, because he showed Jamaica say he want to be a good and clean opposition.
So one question to you.
Yeah.
One question to you.
But hold on. So voice one correction. Dennis Meadows is still the chairman for Trelawney.
Yes.
Okay.
All
so
right.
he's still there. So
he was
my problem.
He was the
caretaker. He was the caretaker. Now he's a chairman.
All right. So I can retract that statement. I can retract the statement and apologize because okay.
Enough retract it, because so my problem is, right, you are saying that all these people that are being investigated and them not step down, but you have a problem with the prime minister. Right? While there's no evidence. While there's no evidence, right?
From this evening, I want to tell him about
it. So how is it you have a problem with the prime minister, which cause you to say, okay, I am not going to vote for the JLP, but we have these corrupted people in the PNP who have been promoted, because Norman Scott, who is basically who runs the municipality for St. Catherine, was sent to St. Elizabeth to become an MP. Right? These people are not being held accountable. So how are you Mandeville too. How are you not troubled by these kind of behavior, but you have a problem when there was a complete investigation on the Prime Minister, and until today, him name never called upon a $1
There's no
taken from
facts.
taxpayers.
There's no evidentiary material
All right, let me
to
answer you.
support.
Right.
To support.
Hold on. Thank you, Weezy. Yeah.
Let me
All
let me
right.
go. Let me go ahead. Let me go ahead. I just came in. I don't want to make it.
Hold on, rotating the box again. Chef Wayne, do you mind if I borrow your box? Churchill would like to join.
Go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
am I
Go
allowed
ahead.
to
Weezy,
talk with
Weezy,
you,
you have to
Makika?
hold on. You have
Go
to
ahead.
hold on, Weezy. You have to hold on a little bit.
Sure. No problem. Sure.
Yeah, man. Mute your mic in the meantime. Thanks.
Okay. A couple of years ago, when I answer you directly, very, very directly, I sat with Mr. Henry and we spoke on leadership. And what inspired me was I was at Humble Lion match and Omar Davis come sit down. And it was a joy to see both people sit and have a good time watching a football game. It never left my memory. And while Mr. Holness came to the front after Mr. Bruce Golden, respectable man, one of my biggest questions is, what are we going to do with corruption? I remember that vividly, clearly, and everybody laughed at me and said that will never get out of Jamaica. I said, no, man, we have to have hope. While the Richard Azan saga came to light, I remember I was in my office. And when I saw the story, I jumped as a young man and I said, yes, this is the party, this is the leader. And when you read the article and you pull it up, and I can recite, he said, he have not seen the Attorney General or Auditor General report, but he will not sit in the Parliament with anyone that is being investigated by any means of corruption. It strike a card. I said, you know what? This is the man to triumph us to a better Jamaica. Vision 2030, the biggest banner in my office. I love it. I never see a word. And I watched the case played out. Richard Haddon came out, step aside also, and his case was dismissed, or there was no charge laid to him and he's not running. In a nutshell, I owe Mr. Holness with the highest level of expectation on that very day he walked out on Richard Haddon. And to this day, I proud of Mr. Holness as a Jamaican, because what I fall in love with was Vision 2030. All Jamaicans are empowered to achieve their fullest potential. So I'm proud of every Jamaican. And when I saw Mr. Holness walked out, because all as a labor right, you grew up, all I hear is the badness and the sadness about the PNP party. Nothing good, everything bad. So I have never questioned it, Lashika. I just go with the flow. Run up and down back of Mr. Henry. When Bruce come with the under the clock, all the way just run up and down. No question that the tradition is that we're labor rights. I never turn to the spotlight again. All me keep on doing is maintain my communication with councillors, Joel, Davis, and Mr. Henry, and people on the ground. And what came to light that disappointed me most was, for some of the member of parliament that knows me, they did their best to convince me. And I stated this, Lashika, I love Jamaica with a passion. I love Jamaica so much that I was in a board meeting in New York and I called a direct MP and I said, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And we have an investment of 60 million US. Reaching the board meeting, fly from my yard and everything, and then I hear the gentleman said to me, we have to hold. I said, why hold? Everything is set. He said, no, the chairman will not be here. I said, why? He said, I have not heard anything. I said, no, everything is all right. He said, our due diligence and compliance team asked us to wait a minute and think some things are cleared. I said, they must be damn crazy. Then they said, wait a minute. I was left in the meeting alone. I saw Percy brought some papers to me. Immediately, I jumped up on my phone and I said, what's going on in Jamaica? They said, it's propaganda and saga. Don't say anything. I said, I personally is affected by this saga. I don't know what to do. He said, hold on a minute, man. We're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. Months pass. I keep quiet. I don't say a word to anybody. I don't even call Mr. Henry. I call a few other people and I question them. I will have to mention no name. And I question a particular man. All he asked me, if I am still a Labourite. I said, yes. Are you still a supporter of the party? I said, yes, without doubt. He said, are you supporting the Prime Minister? I said, yes. And I got off the phone, you see. I didn't sleep that night. The only thing I could remember is Bruce Golding when he came to office.
Twice the time
And
up,
I
you
took,
know. Me give you like 5 minutes.
That's it?
Yes. Me give you like 5 minutes and I'll know you're not answer a question. I'll forget the question.
I answered you. I said, I hold Mr. Holness with the highest level of integrity.
When did you say that? I heard a lot of stories. I forgot. I was lost. I'm not trying to
I
be
said
rude.
that before. First thing
Yes,
I said,
up until today. Up until today, you still do that. I think that's what you said.
I
Right?
hold him, yes.
Okay. All right. Next person to voice. Horatio.
Rashika, what's up?
Nothing, darling. How you do? Good evening. Me know say from voice the year you have to the year
No,
because you have to keep him checking out.
More give you a bunch of roses, see? God, no, more give you a bunch of roses. So
Greetings, my friend. Greetings.
Greetings, Vice. Before I come to Vice, Lashika, you're a good debater, no? But you get carried away.
Let me get carried away with.
I don't know.
Emotional, that's
She gets
why.
emotional, not carried away.
Emotional, I should say. My bad. Because I think the other day on Vice, you have your foot in everybody neck, you know, but you
I
just...
told her that, yeah.
Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened on Vice.
No, me no 1 year, man.
Let me tell you something, no man, me have to tell you this. You know, so Diego have about 3 or 4 pages, and he was in the comment section with every single one of them calling my name. And I just had to put him in a place.
Me no kill Lashika, you have the knife for everybody throat.
Exactly. We already talked about that, so don't go back there.
But anyways, I just want to tell you, you're my champion, you know, but just stop me them.
All right.
Right.
What's up, my old friend?
What's up? I think
guys gotta tap up the screen, guys. Tap up the screen, please.
I think knowing you at first, we have a bad start, but
it's all right. It's politics.
Yeah. When I really get to study you more, I find out that you is not who I think you are. But you're not totally lost, you know, Vice. You're not totally lost. But I think the approach that you're taking is the wrong approach. Yeah, so if you feel like you're on the line in terms of you always declare that you are 35%.
55, 45.
Right. I think you're taking the wrong approach. Because guess what? What if down the road, what you are looking for from the Prime Minister, you get it? You think everybody will just welcome you back home, like just come on back like that after all the damage you have done?
That's a good question. So let me answer you clearly, proudly. I stand with Mike Henry in life and in death. That constituency, if Mr. Henry go heaven, we're going there. And if he go hell, we're going there. We have no apology to anyone because our vote is what matters. So we don't need the welcome flag.
Hold on. Right now, this is my problem. We don't know, you know. You said there's no development in the constituency. So how is it a man who not do nothing for your constituency you stand with him in life and in death.
Who is that, Mr.
Explain
Henry?
that to me. Yes,
Mr.
that's
Henry?
what you told. Yes, you said that.
Okay, you want me to answer a question about development in the constituency? Yes. Since Mr.
Yes.
Henry gone into retirement and not able to move around, last time Mr. Henry came on the TV, he said, I asked for work to be done, and he wasn't given any work. And when the people of the
Pay
constituency...
attention to your time I hear, please.
Okay. When the constituency asked for the support, I watched Councillor struggled for help with the constituency. People live on capture land and housing trusts own the land, and they live on the same plot of land for 30 years. And when they go housing trust, we try buy the land, somebody else buy the land. Problem. Everybody a call. We can't help so much, and so much more. When we ask for representation, we're not getting anywhere. The poor MP can't even walk for see what go on. And when we call Belmont Road, all we get is, we soon do this, we soon do that.
Voice.
And I can...
I can say something to your voice?
Yes.
You see the approach that you take. I think if anybody, if Chuck or anybody here can remember, Mike, can we take a similar approach that you were taking one time back in history? I was outside at that time. But guess what? But guess why he was still loved after that?
Why?
He didn't go the route that you are going now.
And which route is that? Media? Social media?
Not even the media.
Challenging the Prime Minister?
He challenged Mr. Siaga, you know. Mike, we do challenge Mr. Siaga, you know. But he didn't demonize Mr. Siaga at that time. And I think that is the route that I was tell you, say, yeah, take the
All
route.
right.
Because what you are doing, listen for it, what you are doing as a disgruntled laborite, because I will still accept you as a laborite for now. What you are doing, you are demonizing the Prime Minister. And you are saying that in the future, if you see the changes that you are looking for, the Prime Minister give it to you, you will come back home. When me tell you something, when the damage already done, it's hard for repair. So what may I say, the approach that you are take towards the Prime Minister, I think if you just step back a little.
All right.
And let me
answer
that. I think that voice has had enough time. And I think he should get a rest and other person speak, and then he's a very educated man. He will remember what to say. He has the
Weezy, we are going about it in the order that people came in the box, so I will come to you most definitely. Don't worry about it. It's not like we're going around anything. It's
I would want somebody else to speak though.
Just hold on. People are throwing questions at him and he's answering, and nothing is wrong with that. If it comes on to your time and you throw a question at him, then that's fine. He's going to answer.
I would not
so
necessarily
just allow the person who is speaking to him, having a conversation with him, to complete, and then you can come in. That's how it goes.
No problem.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Lashika. So, as a me as a voice, I think you need to just take a step backward for a person who is on the fence. I would still have you on the fence. Take a step backward and do some more research and some more observing before you take the approach that you are taking now. Because believe me, voice, the labor rights that we have now from in terms of in Mike Henry time and Mr. Siago time, and the labor right that we have, the Labour Party that we have now, and the people who support the party now, some different set of people in a voice.
What you mean by that?
All right, at that time, if you look at it, at that time when you have the Carl Samuda, all of them discount the labor right that stepped away from the party and come back. I don't think somebody who demonize the Prime Minister or demonize the leader will be so easily accepted back.
All right. Can I talk to you, Horatio? I took 7 different flights in America traveling to meet with the diaspora for Central Clarendon. meetings upon meetings. And we're begging. I am the only one that was like, let's hold out, let's hold out. Months of deliberation. And one of the biggest injustice was people that lives and vote for Mr. Henry on the plot of lands. Many of them there. Factual evidence. When they go and turn up, somebody else buy their lot. And all of that turned down on Mr. Nobody, because Mr. Henry don't have the legwork anymore. Joel, Councillor Davis, very limited power. Before even Feder was introduced, I was like a mouthpiece between some of the people and Belmont Road. But my good friend, Colonel Charles Jr., respectable man, all 11 o'clock at night, he would call me and talk to me. Many times, maybe they all not here and say, oh boy, do this, do that. We could come to a mutual understanding. I worked from a distance. One of my strongest arguments to Belmont Road was to desist from putting out any article regarding Feder and his election campaign. Desist from doing it. If not, I can't control the narrative anymore. In other words, I start many riots and demonstrations. That's the only thing I see came out of me talking and flying up and down. I try to keep the narrative going. At one point, I was calling Mr. Herney up till 9, 10 o'clock. That his wife said, boy, we have a member saying hold now. I said, I can't do anymore, you know. When I made my final appeal, what they told me was I don't have any right to question. You see, once you tell me that, I no longer believe I'm in a democratic country. I am not campaigning for Mr. Henry. Because if it was Mr. Henry, I could have already launched a campaign.
I'm sorry, your time has expired.
Thank you very much.
Well, Vice, that's
Vice,
it.
there's a comment.
That's it.
Thank
from
you,
me, Vice.
Horatio.
Yes, Horatio.
There's a comment in the comment section, and then we go to Wizzy. Someone is asking your Voice if you wanted to run in the seat.
No, I have never have any intention for the seat, nor have I ever wanted. I support Councillor Davis and Joel 100%. I
So you
will
wanted
never ever.
either to get the seat?
Not necessarily. But what I can say, if you want me to speak on that particular aspect, I can just simply say the process in which it was handled was a blatant disrespect to a legend, and I leave it at that.
I disagree, but Wizzy, I'll give you your time to speak. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I must say that this is a very important platform. And I'm going to use this medium to say that we're not only speaking to ourselves that is on the panel right now, but more so to the almost 200 persons that are listening. There's a lot of persons in Jamaica who are intellectually lazy. And so what I'm about to say is to unlock that deficiency that they would have in their intelligence. The Prime Minister has not been charged by the IC. The Prime Minister has not been convicted in the court of law by a jury of his peer by the Jamaican state. And so therefore there is no reason, nothing in law to say that the Prime Minister has done a corrupted act. And so as well-thinking laborers and as Jamaicans that are sure in their own intelligence, they know within themselves that the Prime Minister is not guilty of any form of corruption. And let me speak hypothetically here. It is like a man who goes to a dance and there was a girl in the dance, but he never had any kind of verbal contact with the girl. But yesterday the girl saw him and the girl reported to the police tomorrow morning that she was sexually assaulted by the man. Now it can be that evidence is there to say that the man was indeed at the party, but the man did not have any kind of interaction with her. Now the man is locked up and the man is charged and the man is brought before the court. But a governance structure and a judiciary that is corrupt would say that that man actually, they charge him, they convict him and send him to prison without the evidence. And this is exactly what is happening with the Prime Minister. The IC is a lynch mob. And it is only one thing that they have intention to do, and that is to destroy the character of the Prime Minister. And we know the people that are in the IC. We know that their modus operandi. We know that the PNP operates. Alun and Dombeta Sanda has told us what they would have done for the many years that they would have been in power. That they have the sympathizers, that they put in people in special positions, that they have persons, so therefore they have the support of sympathizers, persons who would do everything in their power to bring down a JLP government. And so I'm here to say to persons, not only on this panel, but who are listening this evening, that the Prime Minister was not charged. The Prime Minister is not convicted. Now the Prime Minister is a citizen first, before being Prime Minister. He is afforded under the law, under the Constitution, to bring a matter for judicial review to the Supreme Court. And that is exactly what he is doing. Why should it be that it is so difficult? Why should it be that it is look as if he is in some corruption dealing? The first and foremost, the Prime Minister is a citizen. So he should be afforded the opportunity to use the next arm of government, which is the judiciary, to let the judiciary make the determination and the clarity to say that, hey, of course, his constitutional right was infringed on. Now, when you look at what the IC had done, they had bring in somebody from overseas who is completely unbiased, and that person has not had any evidence purporting that the Prime Minister is involved in any form of corruption. Now, should we continue and along this path? Do we want a system of government? Do we want a judiciary? Do we want an opposition to continue to roughshod over well-thinking and intelligence-minded Jamaican to continue to perpetrate this propaganda, this lie? We would have seen what the PNP has done. We would have seen that they would have come to the public forum and they would have alluded to certain information that they have at their disposal. And then afterward, we would have seen what the IC had come out with. So therefore, today I'm saying to the persons who are listening, this Prime Minister, first since independence Jamaica, Prime Minister from the
belly. Your time is up, Weezy, I'm sorry.
Okay,
your time
no problem. No problem.
Okay, Churchill?
Was it Churchill who first came up or
Churchill was
Churchill? Okay.
Yes,
I'll put down Churchill.
Lashika,
people, please. Yes.
Lashika, if you have somebody else to give, you want me to give somebody else my box?
No, I don't have any other requests as yet until then. Mm-hmm.
Yes, good evening, guys. Let me just be kind and say unfortunate things that we can point to Mark Golding, including this kid that he brought on stage with a chain on a black man. That is so unfortunate. We've seen that he used the playbook of the past PNP administration, or when they're in a position where they try to bring down the leader. And Mark Golding is the one out there leading this propaganda, this lie about illicit enrichment. He is guilty of bringing the Prime Minister's status into disrepute. Now, the major point I want to make is that the Prime Minister, he once had a company in a foreign place And he did the proper and noble thing to bring it home to Jamaican shores. I think that was the right thing to do, in as much as the IC improperly went into his private trust. Now look at Mark Golding. He's trying to become the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And he, at this present moment, has his private trust in a foreign country, a British territory. How does that look? How does that look? I want Jamaican people to judge him on all these things, all the things that I call unfortunate things, plus the fact that he has his private trust in a British territory. The Prime Minister's trust is in Jamaica. And like I said, it was improper for them to pierce it. But if there's anything illegal or immoral or unethical going on with Mark Golding's trust, they can't even reach it. How are we supposed to judge Mark Golding's position against the Prime Minister's? And that's it for me.
Okay. All right. You finished, Churchill? Churchill?
Yes.
Okay.
And
All right.
if
All right.
the gentleman want to take a crack
Right,
at
that's what I was about to say. We had two JLP that just spoke. Voice of the Nation, if you wanted to.
I want to ask Voice of the Nation a question. You know, I heard him said something, so I just want to ask him a
Darling.
question.
Hold on, I want to see if you want to.
Yeah.
Do you want to debunk anything Churchill or Weezy said or Voice of the Nation? Voice of the Nation, unmute your mic. I didn't mute it anyway.
Oh, okay, yes. I'm listening attentively.
Did you want to debunk anything Churchill or
No,
Weezy?
just a comment to both of them. Just a comment on both of them sentiment. I heard clearly your arguments, some of which I support, and some of which I may not support. Again, on the basis of good governance, as a young man, as a young citizen, I would love to have a new Jamaica.
How you spell the chip?
Chip. Race chip.co.uk.
Okay.
Look up spell a chip. PHIP.
One word. Race chip.
I petal.
Petal there.
Petal just come up in there. And this more to my birthday petal.
About 1,000 USD, so. 1,200. How much for them? How much for them?
No 7,800.
Price then?
Come on. Remember say China about sell sleep it enough.
When I look for them,
You know about sell secrets. Hey Sean, what's up?
you find it, Kevin?
Hold on, yeah, so it's a race trip, yeah?
Chip.
Tip.
CHIP, like chips.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Is that something you plug in it?
Me I tell you put in your and tune it to your mother. And then them post it to you, and then they show you which part in a car if you attach it on.
I think I attach it in the
Better for you. You see how some man will go modify them car. That it better for you. Provide the warranty, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I live in fuck up in a TV deal and I look funny. And you fuck up your brain. But when you start turning off, like I think the one that's like they have a couple different levels between 1 and up to 5 or something like that. Will be a different performance.
Oh, so them have
Performance.
Oh, so them have Toyota, Lexus, NX. Let me see. You have what? They have around £50 now. What is?
Yeah, different prices. If you can have one where you can get on Bluetooth. You're sitting for your phone. So you can use your phone and change the setting. So one time instead of you have a manual one, when if you want to change the setting, turn up it. You open your bandit and manually press it and do it. But then you have a Bluetooth and you can use your phone and do it.
The one it's a we developed race shape increase.
The price them, but
It's a one.
phone, you know,
Race
saying
shape plus control.
attack. My carry me up right now. I don't want no more ass for it tonight.
Okay, so this one I say give you 197 horsepower. And this one I give you.
You get more depends on which part you're there already. So it depends on the level where output we have now. Ooh.
This a put up the law.
Oh, this one I wouldn't fit my one. You know the NX before my one, the 200T and the 300T. 237 horsepower again.
Right to man can dance, you know. All right, there, come on down.
Oh. There's one you can put directly on the dashboard, you know.
Yeah, man, so we there. When I time I'm about 8, I'm about 10 hours there. I don't know. I 18 at 28 hours there. I don't know.
You did there 30 an hour ago. Come on. Yeah, man, that's nice. Maybe they might serve 3 up. Somebody else live.
We're not talking.
We don't talk with them.
Politics,
Yeah, true. Your government business.
Yeah, man.
But Rick Star,
Eh?
is the anti-tail system too?
Is that
Yeah, it's a innovative anti-theft wallet mode.
yeah, man, it's probably been upgraded because a long time them
I would
probably
say
do
that
more new things to it.
next time we got to get in now. On the people
I
out
don't
there.
like coupe car, you know. I don't like them like car them.
And guess how much for that one at £50?
I don't like coupe car. I may have sitting where
And guess how
may have sitting where they not know they only look big, you know. When tired them like so they not no space.
Never said, X5 is to have come from about.
Them have excited with 7 seat now. One of them made go buy
No, X6 I mean, X6.
I like them, you know. I like the new one them.
one time you like them.
Do I them a film with a puzzle?
Last Linton, no, I go on.
Linton, where you go with?
Yes, Plank. Bless up every time, my brother.
Big up yourself, you know?
Yeah, man, every time, yeah.
Hello, hi.
Hi, darling, how you doing?
I'm good, and you?
Not good.
Marcia.
Why you coming not good?
Hi, Marcia.
Hi, Linton!
Yes, Marcia, how are you? Yeah.
Me hear you last night.
You hear me?
Me hear you last night.
Where am I going
with? You're not going with. What me not going with?
Good. Cuss out him backside, yes. Cuss out him what hit ya damn fool.
Oh, you mean chatbot?
Tour. When name tour guide?
Oh,
yeah,
remote tour.
Like
remote tour. Cuss out
Remote
him
tour, no
backside.
sense, man. That's a while in my life.
Neutral, no. Neutral, right? Every time they say they're neutral, them are cuss out the government. And then neutral.
Him mutual and me a virgin.
You're a virgin, Vitro?
That's what she said. So I mean, mutual, know, say nothing go so.
Him mutual and me a virgin.
How you mean when I say you're a virgin?
Remote tour that man, you know what I'm saying?
You know, and that's why I came off last night. And at the end, you know, somebody reports quitted last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, they report him. They give him warning to lock down him live immediately or get suspension for 1 year.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So,
he had was just after you left, he had was to end the live.
Yeah.
Because when he came on to me talk, I was telling Squitty that, you know, I was saying, you know what, I am not gonna stay because when you talk to people, this is not intellectually challenging.
Oh, better say me that drink.
That drink.
Eh?
That drink, you know what's on my drink?
Who?
Squitty.
Oh, that's what caused it?
I think so.
Okay.
Well, go on.
Well, me love you, me not sleep at night.
Eh?
Me love you, me not sleep at night.
My Mexican fire, man.
You better sleep, come in, sleep.
Them blank, why you believe I alone, Missy Pretty Petal? Why you think we not
We know how
Now,
to clean it up. Good
listen
eye.
to me. You have your girl of Canada with your dreams in night time and your dreams in Muncie.
Lashika.
So
And
me never call
Lashika.
her name. Me not call her name. So no matter come over here
Well,
to mix up yourself with Petal. Petal after me.
Lashika done mash up made already. So it go.
So you
So
want
Petal
Petal
mash
to
up
mash up the
here.
brain? So you want Petal
So
Petal
to
Petal
mash
can't
up
mash
mash
up
up
the
me.
here plank.
Me know what Petal look like. So he can't mash up me.
Oh, you check some me no know Petal. Me know Petal. I'm a baby. I'm a pretty brown baby. Saint Mary come from. Next door to
What's up, Petal?
All right, government, uno get over Canada now.
So them say.
Marcani. Governor. Remember, you governor, you bank in England over here now.
And the Bank of Canada too. But full of something there upon the man over there, so nothing over hit him. Full of one upon the man, then man, nothing over hit him. The man on the tariff them. They were gonna dump
Me tell
all.
you, man. Tell you, man. You see, me tell you, you see what that man do? That man is not an easy man, you know. Do a probably a little bit of insider.
No problem. He come out and tell you so what you want.
Inside that I make a piece of food, isn't me?
But he did come out and tell them how much they want. Look how much this one made today. See, did you see how much that you made today? That
Right.
if you had gone and said that, you know, you gonna walk out.
You got cool autonomy.
And them a go lock me down. Because they know so me always a bash him.
Same thing.
But yeah. So what is happening in the country? PNP them a run up and down and know if you do. Well, lick them.
That not new. That they come like when they throw water pan fall. You know, so
PNP
scramble.
I wonder where the hell they gone. What Andrew they do? The crime they give them headache.
Then weak in a man.
Crime they
Me I
give them.
listen to one vlogger. At one vlogger me I listen this morning, man. I say, yo, based on the trajectory, you know. Crime I'll head about 700, you know. Or below 700, you know. There and about, you know.
Crime they
If we
go down.
continue on the same.
Almost
But a
40%.
history.
They said, remember the days of the Taliban them.
You know, and I know a man say, he say, if crime not go under 1,000 this year, there's a conspiracy to rise crime in this country. And we need to open our eyes. Anything, any you just see, and a life in turn up back. Something not right.
Crime they go down. Almost 40%. And they're not in the middle of the month yet. Here yet. Where they gone? Where they gone?
Yeah, man. Anyhow, something, you know, say, your position have something to do with.
But it's a funny thing. You look at this. Right? Look at this. And this is what me keep asking. 105 of them unalive. Is there a correlation to say the 105 of them unalive and the crime gone down 40%? Is there a correlation? Or is it
You
that
sure, sir? I went last year, say 105.
or is it that the years are around a week ago?
I must say they must mash up 4 of them if I know yesterday or the day before, you know.
Or is it that me here say, or is it that the other one them a get scared and say, boy, you know what? This a man after we.
Obviously things are going behind the scene where we go. See, I know what I go on daily, you know, but the police them are work, you know.
What's here?
Yeah, man.
Them
They
a
have a
get good
criminal
money,
limp on
boy.
they have a criminal limp on them back foot. And the confidence high.
Yeah,
Because
this morning, 5 o'clock, then go behind my mother house. Go take down one.
I feel
Boom,
number
boom.
no gone pan a
Yo,
couple
I
of
feel
years.
your eyes are dropping a virgin. Yeah. Blood seed.
You have some big one in there we mash up all the vehicle, you know.
Yo, I feel a drop virgin. Ice.
But yeah, it's good that the crime is going down, drastically going down too.
Yo, Rick stop make say a stone the windscreen. Ice.
I saw them big.
Yeah. I am a boomer. I carry them.
We
Big
don't have
man think
them.
me I tell her ice.
We
A
don't have them
long
big
time I
one
don't see
there.
them at sit there. A long time I don't see them at stand there.
They have them all the while, man. They don't know what they miss the hills for themselves.
I don't remember saying no Jamaica me there.
But I tell you, say me see that at Jamaica.
Oh. Remember you used to drop out of the sky and by the time you drop your run to take you up and you put it in your mouth. Melt.
I've never done that.
Yeah.
Me know say as a girl growing up, I used to eat the fridge ice. Remember the fridge ice?
You
The
used
frost.
to put your tongue in the fridge and stick it there too.
No, I never put my tongue in there.
Oh, yeah. I think I love put your tongue into this.
No, I never done that. I used to put my hand in it at 1 cup.
Pray about it. But they say never use some good for you though.
No, it's not supposed to.
When female hemoglobin low, then they do.
There is ice.
But yeah, crime they go down.
Abu dirt, you know that dirt there? The tough dirt.
Never name them, me never name dirt.
Some woman eat it.
No,
Man used pregnant to man used to
yeah.
eat cheese.
The urge for it, yeah. Never used to eat it.
Remember pregnant to
Some
man
eat
used to eat.
soup.
Yeah. God almighty, how this arena come from in the night, man.
What else they go on?
Hmm?
We no have rain, we have sun. That sun not even set here yet.
You see news from
What
where
are
the
you
police
doing,
in the
master?
use.
After 7.
Oh, they go 1 hour ahead of you.
Yeah, sun hot over here. Middle day.
When the sun not set till 8:39.
In this summer around 11 o'clock.
Stop that. I don't want to be so long.
9 o'clock for we in the summer. You
The
have to just
latest we
know,
go at
sir.
9 o'clock too.
You have to just know, so you have to go your bed.
Yeah.
That's all you need to do this when.
And don't watch the daylight.
Yes.
And when the sun stay up till 11 o'clock, you know, by 4:30 it turn out again, you know.
Yes.
Daylight early.
Remember one time night come on 10:30 over here now.
A long time we don't have them the late sunset there.
What were you say is happening now? 100 what were you say happening?
Yeah, the new the software, what them the spyware they might use now to catch a criminal them.
Whether spyware or malware or dieware or droneware, something
Right.
is
My brother come out 5 o'clock this morning. Let me not tell the story there. Couple days ago, them analyze youth road. So I don't know the police them get intelligence of that man.
Okay.
So the police then go there. One house behind the mother yard. Because one lane there behind the mother yard there. So my brother come out 5 o'clock. And when my brother come out, my brother said, be a police. Mama say, yeah, where? Mama, go wake up my 2 brother them. The next 2 brother. Cause 3 brother live in the White House then. And my mother for reach out of my brother room. My mother says she hear them. The next 2 brother. Cause 3 brother live. And by the time she hear bam bam bam, she says she hear 3 different set of rounds. A beat.
Mm.
And she said, yo, when them go down there, she talk to me to her. Me know I'm in the panic after she talk to me on my phone. And she said she go down there and she said, oh my God, look on the man. Somebody's son, you know? Somebody's son. When I no grow them up and them not give problem. And this happen to them. So mama said to him, say, a 5 son me have. A 5 for them on her and say, mommy, let me tell you something. Your son them are good boy them. So what that mean, Rickster? The police them do them
Then do
diligent.
the
Everybody went there. Mama said the police look on her and tell her, say, your 5 son are good boy them. You understand? Remember 2 are with their foreign and 3.
Them run them background check.
a fear file then get.
What's the file they get, of course?
Blank. Let me tell you something.
Mama tell me, say, down in the lane, all alive. The police then go down there, out of every lot of 5 house, them down there with a body not living up. Search them. The police, them at work.
Frank, up to what day may I talk to?
Go on, Kevin.
Up to what day may I talk to a man who have affiliation with Scotland Yard, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And the man them have a program now what them a run. And Jamaica is a part of it, America. It's some European country. Is this target criminals, yeah?
Come bro, God, take your points them same time. I don't know if it can lick on the points them. I don't know when you click it or not.
Oh no.
Yeah, when you click or not, it points then they have 3 kinds and all this in there, you know. Sometimes when I get 40 something kinds, 50 something.
Yeah, so what the man say? The man say
I want
what
piece
them
of
do?
tree this year down in there.
Them
So
check your mobile phone.
Mm-hmm.
Then check your mobile phone now. Once they know say you involved in something now, they will once they will by your number or your IP address.
Them bug you.
They bug your phone. So anything where you got they say if you even lock off the phone, you take out the battery or whatever, it's still
But
a
way you
record.
have to change out the phone and change all the number, you have to change everything.
You have to dash away everything, brother.
Remember the Android watch you have to dash with too. Your earpod, you have to dash with everything. Because all of them trackable.
Yeah.
So if you look for iPod, you can go find it back.
Just completely come off of the grid. That's all you need to do.
Let wrangling alone. That's all you
come off of the grid. But you when check, you then mix you up to, you know. They say if you have your email address stored on the phone, you know.
Mm-hmm. But everybody email address turn on their phone.
Yeah, so that's a checker again. So
So I message just completely come off of the grid.
so let's say that now most of the police them are used right now, and he mentioned Jamaica in it. But that's why when me hear
Right.
man talk about it, me know say something a go on.
Why
But
when you see the police they analyze the boy them down at Jamaica now? Because what you look for idiot them. On a license fire I'm gonna have. On a license fire I'm gonna have, you know. And once the police then search on the phone and soon with gun in a hand. What that mean? Who don't know see it?
Then I say a prop gun.
Yeah. Who don't see it?
no, sir. Once you have a gun, illegal is illegal.
Me see police then show one boy the other day after they analyze him. A two machine have one for the left leg and one for the right leg.
And tell me now, so the police should have bring him in and just do something upon him, taser.
Bring him in, she ain't gonna
And not bring in what? To go what? If you have a machine.
When you see police in my range, you know, they not shoot off on no leg.
Chest
After
and
your
head.
head and chest. Oh. But me not two people at their foot and they sit there.
But not only that, listen to me. The police have to go back home. He must say, boy, every day they step out here, he might not go back. And he might go take all necessary. And I keep saying
if you do go back home, that thing
on the radar, so he's armed and dangerous. Don't expect him to come.
The police said to my mother, see this all learn. I see them business. We are here for them.
Don't expect the police, if the police have you on their radar in them office and say, this one is armed and dangerous. Proceed with caution. You think say them are going with no taser? Why would I?
I tell you one thing, me know myself. You see, me know police work in Jamaica. Alright. You see, if I'm a criminal in a certain division, he's normally known to the police.
Okay.
Once them do badness, the police know them. And they know them personally.
I just made that point on this live I was on. I may just come off left the little guy because he might come tell Kerry they try help him. He's young 18-year-old. Say he's a JLP blogger. But he might come talk, say him sorry for the criminal them to hold. Well, him sorry, not for the criminal. Let them take it back. Him say him sorry for the youth them how the police are unalive. I listened to your flank when you were talking about that girl 4 months pregnant. How come? You know, nobody not hear anything about her. You say never hear about that. Mr. How come nobody never hear these hearing about, you know, you heard about the unaliving of these, you know, quite we call them choir boys or altar boys.
Yeah, altar boys.
Everybody heard about them. I said, look how unfair this girl is. JFJ, right? Let's say 105 of them got con up, right?
They reach 109 now.
Let's say 100. Right, but let's say that, right? How many of them are being investigated by Indicom as innocent? She must have that figure, right? Any
Indicom have to do their job, innit?
that the police shoot, it has to go through Indicom, correct?
Yeah, man.
It has to go
investigate,
through Indicom,
yeah.
correct. So how many of them the police cleared up to say, well, these are criminals? And how many?
Yeah,
she have that information, correct?
Indicom report now reflect the fear rhetoric where she come with.
That's what I'm so.
Unless Indicom did have a high number of extrajudicial killing, then she'd have a point.
I said to him, well, how come she never? 6 of them were innocent bystander.
and the rest 100 of them were criminals. How come she not tell with that statistics or 6 of them are criminal or 100 of them are bystander?
Up to now,
I said,
since recently, you know, say only all of the shooting them I hear about police analyzing. One
me here after.
where in at Kingston, where the
Well, there
police
was
them they
one
send
of
it down
them
alive.
where one of them where them say he was innocent. He just know the guy was amongst them. But the question is asking then, if they're criminals, what are you doing amongst them?
You tell me, say, show me a company, I tell you who you are.
Listen to me, me
No,
already.
but that are even that case is even different,
No,
Marcia,
hold on.
because the one at town, I think then they must said the police them analyze them illegally.
Right. Me so that's a different one.
Mm-hmm.
Me always say to people, me say, listen to me. I mean, even though me love him, Mr. Michael Jackson, right? Mr. Michael Jackson. Would you make a little boy go see overnight at Michael Jackson house?
You're mad.
Huh?
You're mad.
Okay.
You're mad.
Allegation, me not take no chance.
Aye. So now, if you hear a story going around with them boy here, we did win them company.
Just like,
The truth, Miss
just
Marcia,
like,
true.
never say something towards that, Marcia. Just like Kelly, mama them see victim, them sure go to prison too. With
No
R.
true.
Kelly.
No, but then
Yeah,
give it
so
them
Exactly.
because
Look here.
then
oh
take
no, you
money.
say my pedophile, no
Look
send
here,
him
Plank.
go around
Look
him.
here. Me have a big story to tell. So let's not go into that the one day so. Even though I love his music, I respect as a man, nothing there. And he's a lovely singer and he's a lovely songwriter. Excellent talent. Talent boundless.
Yeah.
You cannot take that away from him. You cannot.
Talent more, you have more talent more than sense.
Who sold this girl to him? Even this one named Peter Nygaard. Peter Nygaard is a fashion designer. Did live in American, lived in Canada. And then with him and Jeffrey Einstein. And the Filipinos, them over here, what them used to do, him come and he see the little girl, young girl them, and say he's gonna take them and train them to my body. Remember? Hold on. You heard about it?
Don't forget Epstein.
Another one.
That's another one.
Epstein.
Don't
forget the King of England.
And the King man, I'm brother.
Brother.
Him too. King Charles.
No man, him never involved man.
No man, Plank him the use tampon.
Listen, Lord Jesus.
A different something man. The King never night man, I'm brother.
When they tell Camilla say he would have loved to be a tampon up her ass.
They ostracize your brother. They ostracize him for that thing, man. Prince Andrew, they cut him off, feed that.
Me say I him, but to
no, man.
He was on the news over here. What do I tell me, say?
Guys, no one joke, but not talk about what you not talk, what your language them to wanna use. Other day one caller call in pan Cliff Show. And him say, me not have nothing against the police them and this and that and the whole body cam something, but him want to make sure so when the police go after them, the police them are not bad man and them are not criminal. So the police them for sure who they really are, and they must wait until the boy then launch then attack on them
before they defend themselves.
Oh, they're right. So Cliff now ask himself if he have a son of police. What would he do?
When they say a movie thing, when they're on a battlefield, I might have fire or some short thing.
But listen to me, when I hear people talk like that, and I beg to question who they are, who their sons are.
Their mental state cannot go because I'm mad too many times.
Not their mental state, is to see that they will now put up with these criminals. If their son is a criminal or alleged to be involved in wrongdoing, you think them can tell the police?
No time.
And this is where the problem is, because most of them are accepting the fortune, the ill-gotten that they receive from it, because none of them no want work. So them send them boy out, he got on criminal.
You want to believe it or not? Night and day, because if your boy is a criminal and you don't agree with it. Petal, I don't know if you heard about this in Toronto a couple of years ago, where the little old lady lived with her grandson lived with her. And the one day she went to the boy room and look underneath the bed. One big old piece of gun. One big old piece of gun. And Jamaica woman them say too. The woman not say nothing to the boy. Not that thing she not say to him. When he come and in that yard, the police. And they come to him. And he tell him, him say, you're not a police officer, you're not a security gun. You have nothing good intentions. So go. And of course, they would have been upset with her. The Jamaican community will say, how come you rat out your boy? How come? But she saved him. She might have saved him.
Yeah, them money as long as they live.
You see the change they make to the something there
Probably that
last
use
week?
it for now. In probably that use it for now too. Yes.
Okay, she them a look for him. Anybody look for him, and the police them a look for him.
They make to the something there
Probably that
last
use
week?
Them a look for him. So when we do something there with them, have to unfortunately. You have to say have to unfortunately. You have to say no. Either man. No. I love your son, but no man, I just mean your son. No. What's wrong with you? See me look back in a prison. No, what's wrong with you? That's the money that said, see me look rump. I don't want to win nobody. You know the one that with nobody. So enough of them something here. You hear them talk about. If him had a son in the police force, what would he advise his son to do?
Right.
Me need call the police. I take it out. I take it out and dismantle it.
Tell him say.
Me take you and dash you away.
I right person she fi call.
And me I give him a chance. Me I give him a chance in
Me
a
not take
society.
certain. Me not take certain check. You know. Me not take certain check.
You know a woman still, so you know that do that.
Marcia said she was removed for misinformation. So how they can
How they
report
on
this and happening?
I report you one page.
How they can report for live then? So what misinformation?
Marcia, go for the next page and come. Now me I wonder who you jump on. Go for the next page and come, but you have to go calm it down, mama. Oh,
But she don't say nothing. What she say?
she don't say nothing. She don't say nothing wrong. She don't say nothing wrong. Go for the next page and come, share.
I saw them stay. I said, so then take me.
She never talk with liquor patois.
Petal.
Oh,
He said, plank, then take away my position.
Good one.
Hey, me I tell you, G Keeper, one woman come up on the platform for St. Mary. The other day, me mama, don't say.
What's your name?
Hi.
How will you say so?
I don't know. I just see this something come up, the notification.
How long they say them take it down for?
Them just said they remove me. They didn't say why, so I better go back and try it.
Then do me that last week.
But me that try add back a page and they say you know have something on the access, so probably they
them block you.
And me that try saying I guess request.
Marcia, please, no make them block me page like you last time.
because they have to secure their funding. And among the hope
Our player at Cliff
European
Lewis.
Union.
Yeah.
You are here,
Me hear him, man. He say one the European Union for defund JFJ. But Mark Golding are English, you know, so him control the European Union.
Yo, you might make me
Mm-hmm.
last day a week.
You know, Kevin?
I don't care. And that's I want them to defund them. I saw him talking, no.
You know, Kevin?
Hold on.
In the day in the Kishalani interview.
Of course.
Yes, darling.
You ever hear
Just hear
Mark,
now.
I want up when you man of God, you ever hear man of God yet?
Who would that be?
One man, you man of God. When him a review the PNP, Lord God, a man, they powerful. None of the PNP pastor and preacher. Him say, let me tell you something, me a preach for the good things that go on in the country. In the time, when you had time, go
JFJ, they
and
have
he
to
say,
go because they have to
Marine Cross,
among the hoping and praying that
Natalie,
the European Union.
Hold on.
Hold on, them man.
Funding
Rickster, try mercy for me.
because they are not assisting
Me are there back.
crime control.
Mm-hmm.
As I am
Here.
supported the
Yeah.
police.
In the box.
I don't know what. Sorry, I don't know what I said.
Somebody report your page.
Because we need to talk about
TikTok. Now remove your misinformation. Somebody have to kick
talk
misinformation.
about the prince and blah 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 and them. And then you ask about the guy in the Toronto.
Oh, because I said that it was.
But I repeat it.
No. It was, yeah. But I did so. I did the butler come out.
And tap chat or chat patwa.
When you are policeman.
Then she keep away you did that talk when they report you for me.
Eh? No speak, me not speak. Just talk dirty patwa. Me now good on day. Cause you had the man to go the accent, you know, so use it.
And
come Andre can even stand upon him program every night and tell someone. Some people can spread propaganda and not get removed.
So by the way, as me they said the little gun.
Find some ways of defunding JFJ because they are not assisting with crime control. That is as I am in.
You know what the little guy said? What the JLP guy said? Kerry said to him, but Andre is a JLP, a PNP, something the activist. He said, no, he's not. He's just a blogger.
That the boy don't have no sense. I'm not to my blood clot idiot.
So that's
That's all.
One new blogger, what they want to win. Me don't know how they always want to win some games.
Where name?
Me don't know. Me not go on them.
Something.
Not for them a liar, but them a JLP. Then
But
just
I told him, I just said to him, I said, my dear, because Kerry said, you know, he's young, he's 18. I said, there is nothing wrong with that. But what I would suggest to you is you should go and read and find out before, because you're going to be challenged. And if you don't know how to answer, then what are you doing then? I said, 18 years old have nothing to do with it. You're a big man, you can't make babies.
Animal look fuma with the box. You know, must have sense. If I look fuma, I want to smell fuma making that.
Now when you're fuma, look at in front, yeah.
Petal.
Yes. You keep up?
Master said the boy are 18. And he want fuma. And I smell fuma. I want fuma. He must have sense. Then I got power lines in my own life. Mr. One come and say come find down and in few place a plant. And carry Ingram Panny. Me have said I curse him, I come off and he take me and back and I curse him and Ingram I call him
Oh,
lady.
that labor rights sweets vibe.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah, Ingram. Yeah. Lady, let you come off. Me say, you here, do I? He say, yeah, man. I call you lady. I curse, tell Barry, come on, and say, you left G, and then Nathaniel come. He say, Nathaniel, me can't deal with him, you know, you have to worry yourself, you know. And Nathaniel go take him down, you know. And Barry, I curse, tell him, he can't nearly kill me. He have to come up forward, man. Because you know say Ingram know how much sense and they have Ingram on the live. Eh?
Ingram I go hard from what they chuck him and chuck
Yes,
him
my work.
Wow.
a voice of the nation and them in a ring. Me I don't know.
He might want next one.
We don't argue with Voice of the Nation. We know Voice of the Nation.
Like when I look Mike Henry place, you know, Petal. He look like when I look Mike Henry seat, you know. He when I want to run. Him at 34, you know, no nothing at the 90s, you know. And I go on like him know this and he the time he hear him. Give him back his damn money. Let me know, like you know, like your worker. Give him man, let him have a good evening. Have a good.
When somebody come and talk to him and he say, "Hold on, Chuck."
Yeah. I sleep in. I know who you want to be. And I sleep in a settee. So.
My nation, I just want to put close. That's money.
But you understand this ball field and a level, you know. The same people them, we are saying we have to put them on platform. And the same people them attract to Voice of the
Let
Nation.
that alone, make we deal with Felicity me also. Let me alone.
Yeah. They want to say we have to put Voice of the Nation on the platform. But of them same one put them on it and I talk to them. You understand?
At the time, that near over everybody.
Team on the platform when we depend if a politics we talk. We can't hold a reasoning. We can't run a reasoning.
When him just have basic talk and a joke,
Yeah, we can talk to him, but otherwise, me not chat the politics with Voice of the Nation.
Voice of the Nation set to attack Andrew.
I think, you know, Petal, me think of bad mind and go Andrew, you know. God up I have no. All of them. Them the age day. Younger.
Something
I just go then go Andrew.
If your mother go pop barrel and sell, then have the tin ham them a superstore. And a superstore Walmart for $3.
What about can be for 2 cents a fresh for?
Really?
97 cents.
94 cents at the super.
A Walmart.
Yes.
Walmart.
Well, them have the ham. Them have the ham them for $3. We're from 60.
Maple leaf.
Yes, the Swift and the maple leaf.
Okay, Mama.
Freebie.
Music. I mean, I think.
No, Adventist part. No, Adventist Petal.
No, with the pack up.
The mother, remember that Adventist. Okay.
Man, Adventist.
Father.
What could your father?
My father, mother.
Oh, why? No, but your bloodline. How long Mrs. Gonna have to stop work and tap in his arm?
I go buy around a dozen. I buy 16, then I go buy another 6.
I seem so me buy some little last week for what? Me buy something $9, $8, $9.99. And when you go one extra, me get little one for $9.
Last week them have
big one for $10. And 20-pound Carolina rice, 2 for $19, $17.99 or so. You take up a couple pack here, the man. No go 2 you can get. Me just take up here and give one lady. And if that me get 8 for $10.
Okay.
And me get condensed milk 99 cents for the 20 odd
Which store you buy them there in GT? This store. Which store name?
Let me check it. Hold on the young. I mean Ferrero. I meet. Remember when you have shit house, I mean know the place. No know the name.
Yeah, I'm search the store then.
Hold on there. Where's about the aisle now, Marcia? Walmart did that.
Last week them have the no name canola oil for $6.97.
All right. The week before that, no friends I have the Unico 3.588.
Really?
Marcia, canola oil a good oil?
Walmart.
Yes, a little better.
No, well, I use like she.
No good.
Right, well, she use
it cholesterol free.
No, but she use it for frying fish, and then we give her the olive oil. You know when they have fried fish and stuff?
You didn't get any of the olive oil in my fresh coffee 788 for there?
No, sir. Me never know.
You are the
yeah, because I make sure I tell you Marcia when it's going to fancy you. Can me have it app so me see them every week.
That if you don't fly over. Because you see traffic and you blow. Fly over, put on your popular.
So when me get you know me also get a couple weeks ago, about 2 weeks ago, 17-pound rice. This in a fresh come seed, long grain.
Well, she can't tell me. She can't tell me if you want jasmine.
Yeah, man, and Walmart have a jasmine. Walmart.
Me like Walmart jasmine.
Jasmine, and it is reasonable.
Me like Walmart jasmine Thai rice, but me vulgar.
And so me no want to buy the things them what they want. So me message me niece and me
exactly. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, me not just pick up. Me just say
no.
Cause me might have pick up things, but maybe they don't want. So
right.
She write back says she wants corned beef, tuna.
Yeah. That's the old woman petal.
Which old woman?
The old woman your niece.
No man.
You pick up two.
They would have said no buy they look at tickets to Jamaica for summer because she can't stay for summer, she's too much.
Me pick up 2 dozen of the sardine and I go pick up another dozen for her.
Them have the
sardine at 99 cents.
Them have a go seal one, the pan seal is for 150.
And Saka is on sale for 477.
I'm telling you, one mute and you hide them.
Yes, executive.
Sardine, you send county me hide them and me want it.
So you like a go seal one, you nice and firm.
Squeeze and me put the saltfish in the freezer. Put that one walk bag and wrap it in the freezer. And so no say in there. Nobody. I me want it. When me at the saltfish, me buy the sardine lock on my job on my petal and take out the video.
I know.
But some good buys.
I think they will like. I think they them. None of them have. I
buy the pink salmon. Me get the pink salmon for $2.
Okay, that good.
Me like the Sakai.
I buy the spam for $2 thing.
Yeah, she love this spam.
Me prefer fresh salmon.
Spam no salt.
Yes. The last week me buy one for $6. Me go back this week, me not see them.
Spam, me see people take care make omelette. Nice omelette, they say.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You can already eat it.
What me I send it to Jamaica, me buy some bone.
Me find say leading up to the election, Marcia, things that there's something they need upon good price. Me don't know if you did find that.
Well, from last week, me get
in our last month.
Yes, price
In
for
the
seem like
last
they were going
month,
down.
they something them. All right, let me tell you what they on sale. You have Charlotte Fresco. You have that brand there.
Which one?
CHALO Fresco.
We only have Fresco up here.
Well, look on your Fresco flyer because guess what? 30 pack of toilet paper, 30 double roll.
Which brand?
Cashmere. 30 double roll, Mafia. They're on sale. If you use your scene, what name of scene?
Yeah, I have that.
If you use your scene card at $8.77.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really? I like this something here, but I use cashmere. I like Charmin, but I use cashmere too.
I know. Which one of them are they?
Cashmere too.
I know. Which one? Hold on.
Or maybe a royal.
Non-royal.
There's either.
Non-royal.
There's either. But this year we take.
Hold on.
If you never sold it, man, I go back out there.
But you have to look because it's the Charlotte Fresh. It's the Charlotte Fresh. I thought that it was available at Fresco, and then when make it because I want Sobeys, with Sobeys it closed down,
right?
And then put that store there. So it green seem like
like
Fresco,
right?
But them have a South Asian. Them emphasize on the South Asian community, so they have you will find some whole for Indian stuff in there.
Okay.
Like them rice and them kind of something there.
Right.
But at the same shot in Charlotte Fresco.
Might go check it out. Get some of them corned beef there.
But definitely Fresco itself have the corned beef at $2.77.
Oh wow.
Bye.
Not nobody.
$7.
Oh wow.
Bye. For my niece, I'm gonna go back and go buy 6 more, make it 2 dozen.
Yeah.
And then like the tuna, the chili. So I buy dozen and a half. I buy dozen and a half of that, and I buy regular one. Cause then like the sandwich and stuff.
Right. Yes. The tuna. This refresher, the spring water.
The master where I buy someone and I man baggage it. You can go to your church sister.
Yeah, but my master may have a brother down there too, no? A little brother down there. And my youngest brother.
How you doing?
So exactly. But me not go give her no because she just come back from New York and she didn't get back.
She then want pasta, then like the pasta.
Yes.
So me usually go Costco and get the big mayo as well.
Yes, we're gonna get a big bottle of mayo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna get what you call it, mouthwash.
Somebody tell me say they want Rasta pasta.
Okay, I know then like it barbecue sauce, like it Diana's barbecue sauce.
I am waiting until me see them in the summer for $1 after the.
Me just see them at $2.49. Me I see the $2.
Yes,
Catch up there in.
Last year they did have the 2 Imes, the 2 fat buckler Imes.
The big one.
For $9.99 at Costco, me know how much it gone to.
I said $8 for one of them now.
Jesus.
Yeah, me see today. Yeah,
in a Costco?
Sure.
It had a different label. I'm like 90, the big fat one, 90 cents.
No, sir.
Don't a Walmart. You know, see it again, brother.
Because before,
Go price
back,
right and shop right. You know, buy a shop right.
that's right,
But
10,
you get the
10
nice
years,
big fluffy macaroni. What you call
The
pasta.
man in the conversation. We cut them out. Hi, Rusty. Hi, bro. God, I plank.
10 years ago, the big fat ketchup them you can get them for $2.99 and $3.99 when they're on sale.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You used to go to Costco and get some big fat jar for $3.99. Big, me I tell you, serve you for years.
The Heinz
So Petal
brand.
Tan now.
Petal Tan from Petal Company platform. I want to chat about him barley with my pot.
He just chatting life away.
I tell you, me
You know,
pan
say
food.
Marcia, you know, say now, it's a Marcia start talking to me about barrel.
And you know, say, barrel put them. And one more if you come and one box.
Yeah, one barrel in my living room
The
for a
first
year
time,
and
you know,
I
the
go
first
pack
time
them
you
for
send
this
barrel
summer.
was Jamaica, all 9, 10 barrel, 14 barrel, and 3 box. That time you went cheap. Yeah,
Right now, amount of money where you have to
I used
spend.
to pay $45 for send barrel.
Amount of money where you have to spend pack one barrel for send to Jamaica. I better you just spend 200,000 go give people and then
No,
say buy
Plank,
some
if
food.
it's something, let me tell you, if it's something then they on good price,
I see him amount
you,
of money to take. I see him. I see him.
I feel
To
dry.
pack one cold barrel right now at $1,500. And plus you have got pay how much for send it.
no,
Nothing like that.
nothing like that. If you buy something them on sale.
And for you
You
get the paper at
can't.
airport, you get the paper at airport, it's cheaper.
My
You
mother,
know do
my
that.
mother only when my mother go down here last time, I just some paper, I just only like a fee she pay. She not pay no duty on something name.
Anybody that go down, no tell me because I want 1,000 credit. The store broke down. Only 2 burners working. So I want the 1,000 credit to go clear. So anybody that go down, no tell me, please. I appreciate it.
Me that thing say me that go down. Like me always like go down in a me, but
Casco, come here.
They go down in a June now.
Casco.
Plank, you can't chuck off plank. You can't go
Casco.
Petal.
Oi.
You can't go down in a June.
No, too hot then time there.
You know, go down, go down.
Come here, mama. Come here, Casco. Casco, oi. With the Rastafari.
Me work hard in a plank. Anything I want to do, I can do. Me gas school and me take my book and me get a God bless me with a job. Me can do what I want to do.
Come up with that shot down cell.
Yes, because I call her name.
Casper, me I turn up with your name. Let me see what that you say. Right.